What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Adrian here from Major Mateo Drones. Another Saturday is amongst us. I got several people already in the green room. Got my co-host, Mr. Draymond Crawford, aka Recovering One Drone. Let me go ahead and bring him on in. What's going on, buddy?
Hey, not much, partner. How you doing today?
I'm doing pretty good, doing pretty good, doing pretty good. I see
Good.
that we already have the chat lighting up already.
Yeah.
A
Been
few
quite a
people
few
in the
folks
crowd
here.
already. We're gonna get to them in a little bit. How's your day going, sir?
Not too bad. Just still recovering from this dental appointment I had Friday, so been taking it a little easy.
Oh, they did they do some kind of cleaning or kind of repair or something?
Well, they did a root canal on one and snatched another one out.
Oh,
I'll put it like this here: I have never felt much pain when I go to the dentist, but this time I shedded a tear.
I hear you, man. I hear you. I hear
I was
you.
just like, I had to shed a tear. That dude was on trying to get that tooth out. I swear he's using the rest of my teeth as a leverage board or something, man. I was like, man, this dude is yanking. I'm like, you start like to slide in the chair, slide down. I'm like, dude.
Yeah. I hear you, man. I hear you. So,
Yeah.
Dre, Dre, hey, Dre, I do want to go ahead and as you can see, actually on the thumbnail, we actually have a few things that we're gonna go ahead and talk about. Did you get a look at it?
Yeah, I saw it. Yeah.
Happy.
It was
Okay,
good.
info, and we're gonna go ahead and get to that. As a matter of fact, one of them will have to do with what you were actually talking about on your video that I actually
Hmm.
watched, which was very interesting. How you were talking about the updates and how
Right.
DJI is so crappy about bringing out updates when it comes to the drones and stuff like
Right.
that. So before we get to that, let me go ahead and bring the other folks that I have
Okay.
in the green room. First of all, we got Mr. Al Diaz. How you doing, buddy?
What's going on, guys? What's going on, Dre, Adrian,
Hey, what's going
everybody in the
on,
chat?
Al?
Long time no
Nothing much.
see.
We also got Mr. Paul Waging Big. How you doing, buddy?
Up,
Hey,
everybody?
What's up,
Paul.
Paul? How you doing,
Good,
man?
good. Yeah, that Paul, that little Paul,
That's Benjamin.
Benjamin. All right. So since you're so small, let's call you Benji for a little while. You grow up and fill in that whole name. Benjamin is
Benji
quite the name to
Paul
have.
Benji Paul Brown. That's fine. But let's go ahead and
There you go.
take a look at the chat real quick. We got Ashley Brown. Thank you for popping in. I really appreciate you. Thank you for being here. We got Mr. Hugo Vista Aérea. Thank you, buddy, for being here. I think he's in Michigan. Appreciate it. We got
Okay.
Mr. Leonard JSK Enterprise. How you doing, buddy? Thank you for popping in. We got Mr. Steven Drones. We got Mr. Michaels Drones and RC Hobby. Thank you, Michael, for being here, Mr. Magrenos. Appreciate it. What else do we have that I have not? We got Mr. Wayne B. Thank you for popping in. We got Mr. Four State Area Photography. Thank you, sir. We got Mr. Mike Rennick. Appreciate it. Mr. Hanging with JD. Thank you for popping in, sir. We got Mr. Chris Wedgeworth. MEU Drone 4K all the way from Brazil. Thank you for coming in.
Make some good
Appreciate
videos.
that. Mr. Mike B, aka the Drone Ranger. Thank you, sir, for popping in. I think that's everybody so far. Yep. So Dre, we're
Yes,
gonna go
sir.
ahead and get the party started. Let me go ahead and bring this up first. Give me 1 second, sir. I'm gonna put that on mute. Okay, there you go. How's the quality on? I'm over here by my girlfriend now with amazing internet. How's the quality coming through for me? Is it coming in pretty good?
Yeah, this is one of your better days, partner.
Okay, well, great. Because the service here is actually amazing compared
I
to
was
mine,
actually
that's
going
for
to say
sure.
that you look clear today.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Yes, sir. Anyway, so,
Paul, you would think
so
he'd go ahead and pop the question to her so he can move in just for the internet connection, but I don't know why he's dragging his feet.
let's not talk about that because she has been begging me. She has been begging me for a while to go ahead and make the move,
Probably watching
and
this.
Uh-huh.
I'm the one that haven't done it yet. So,
Hmm.
and if I do move, I would have excellent internet every single day, and
Yeah,
I'll be
well, I
able
guess
to upload stuff just like that.
as my daddy say, you over there playing house and don't want to be real.
I hear you. I hear you loud and clear. So let's go ahead and get the first one out of the way, Dre. Let's start. Before I do that, do want to say hi to Mr. Teach, Eagles and Drones. Thank you for popping in, sir. Really appreciate that, TJ. Um, Dre, since you actually, and I'm sure Aldias as well, you guys have been in this game for a little while. How you doing, Mr. Blind Neil? Talk to us a little bit about the drone updates. How often do you guys update your rig, or does your rig update automatically, or tell us a little bit about that. Go ahead, Dre.
Well, to me, it's kind of hit and miss, and that's what frustrates me at times with DJI because it's hit and miss. Sometimes you'll break out a drone and they'll update, and you just try to do an update maybe a couple days before or a week before, and you get out in the field and you get some type of update. Now you get different types.
Another one.
With DJI, you have the Go Fencing updates, which is basically updating the maps and airspace, all that kind of stuff. But then you have the firmware updates. And to me, when you have firmware updates, they should contact all of the owners. Because, like I said, we all know when we sign up for a DJI drone, I know that for sure. Al may be no difference between an Altair, even you, Adrian, that you got to put an email address in there when you
Yeah.
activate that drone. So DJI has access to contact us. So my thing is, how hard is it for them to send out an email saying, "Hey, new latest update for the drone that you have registered," yada yada yada.
Correct.
'Cause like I said in my video I did the other night, I was looking for the update in March, and then as I was searching for it, come to find out they had an update just released 2 weeks ago at the end of June. So I'm like, wow.
Now that was with the DJI Go 4 app, right?
No, that's what the Enterprise Advanced. It was an update
Okay.
for the drone itself. So they had basically since the last time I have dealt with the drone, they've had 2 updates to it, and I never got a email or anything like that. And it went from me just kind of jumping around through YouTube that I saw this one guy talking about Mavic Enterprise Advanced update March release. And as I go through there and watching this thing, then I see something else pop up. Oh, there's a June update on top of that one. And like I said, and all I can talk and tell you that we go out and we're conducting business, so it behooves us to make sure our drones are running at their optimal level. We don't want to go out there and have an issue, and it all comes back to find out it's all because of a firmware deal, because that costs us money. If the drone don't fly right, don't get off the ground or whatever, because of an update, a firmware update, especially, that's costing us money. And as I said, it should be a better system for DJI to contact its customers to say, hey, there is a new firmware update. Like I said in my video, I don't care if it's from the Mini one all the way up to the agricultural drones. It needs to be a system in DJI. Say, hey, you got all our information. You have personal information, all our email addresses. How hard is it you got to send out a mass email to all your customers to say there is a new update for your drone?
Yeah, and I don't trust DJI in their firmware updates. I let them roll out and see how it goes, and then after I hear the reviews on it, then I go forward with
it. And that's valid, because we have had some bad firmware updates over the years with certain drones, but at least you will be aware there is an update. That's my whole thing. Just let me know, and from that point, I make the decision if I want to do it or not. But for me to have to stumble through something, and then I got to go back and start doing research to find out, hey, what's going on here, all this kind of stuff. Because there's certain people out here that's what they do. They go on, they get up every morning and they go to DJI sites and everything else. They go to Drone DJ and all these different people to find out what's the latest release information, what's the latest leaks information stuff. That's not my deal. My deal is trying to conduct business, go out there, get things going, fly my drones, pack up my car, and go out to the next job or go home and spend time with my family till the next job comes around. And so I would say it's got to be a better system to pass out I got to stumble across a video that's 3 months old by some guy who don't, he could be over in Europe or wherever else, and maybe it was released just for those guys, for all I know.
Dre, on your enterprise, do you get a prompt to update?
Mm,
Did you ever get a prompt on your controller?
No, like I say, I hadn't flown mine since I think January. Okay, been using this to Phantoms. So that's what I'm saying, that if you send me email, okay, that tells me break it out, get the batteries charged up, get the update, or let me at least know what the update is. So like Paul was saying, let me decide if that's the update I want to do.
Correct.
And does that update affect the drone's ability to carry out a mission? That's two things you got to be concerned with. Is it an update that I have to have for it to fly right, or make it optimize something better, or is something I might want to bypass because now that I do know there's an update, let me check out to see there's some problems with it and everything else. And like
this is probably cheesy for me to say, but as a Part 107 pilot, you write down all your things you go through in terms of notes and how your flight went. Right. I update all my software on the drone and keep it up to date. But if there's issues with it, and you can go back, like on a DJI drone, you go back. But Autel doesn't give you that option, Dre. I don't know if anybody knows that.
You're stuck with whatever they give you. Right?
Yeah, you're stuck. You're stuck.
Now,
what do you mean when you say you're stuck?
You can't go back to the previous firmware like DJI would allow. Roll back.
You can't roll it back. And like I said, what I did was, like I do, if you guys see that, I went and I downloaded materials, of the release, so that way I got it documented and I can read it to see, what is being updated. See this on the back page of this one. It covers all the information of what this release is supposed to address.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm talking about. So if I can at least read it, I can sit there and say, okay, is this something I want to, address or whatever? Am I having issues like this? Or is this some people, certain segments are having this issue?
Dre, if you don't mind me asking in deep, what upgrade did you get on that? Was that the biggest you able to see the temperature on images?
No, what the biggest thing was when the Mavic Enterprise Advanced was first released, it had the zoom capabilities, but whatever you zoomed in at, you still got a native wide lens picture.
And you can't zoom in on video, huh? You only can zoom in on photo.
When you first got it, that's right. You can zoom in, but it will not hold. I said, now you get what you see is what you get. Okay. And that's what I'm saying, that when you zoom in the video, it shows you zooming in the video, and that's part of the video file. When you zoom in on a picture, you get that zoomed in shot, not the native shot, the wide version. So I said that's a big deal. For people who are flying this drone and using it, that is a big deal and stuff. So now you go to your customers and say, okay, I can do that now, because I know the drone is capable of doing it, save the files and everything else. And I'm like, I had to stumble across to find this update, because I even checked the DJI forums, and I think there's two guys put out the information on the updates about a week or two ago, and all they said was just the serial numbers, or I guess the update number, and that was it. Nobody did a video. Nobody got the details or explanation of what these updates were. They just said DJI update 00.0 and I'm like, wow, that's not telling me a whole lot. And this is on DJI's forum itself. So you would think one of the moderators of the forum or DJI themselves will put out a little more extensive explanation. This is what this update addresses.
Now, Dre, question.
Yeah.
Do you predominantly fly DJI drones when you're working, or do you have a mix of different companies?
No, I went with DJI after my second purchase of a drone, because I tried to call myself doing my research.
Now, Dre, I'm sorry to stop you.
Go ahead.
Let's go ahead and address what somebody went ahead and said earlier. He actually went ahead and asked the question. Let me pull it back up. Give me 1 minute.
Yeah, well, as I say, LAN, that's what I'm talking about. LAN now has been upgraded, that what you see is what you get. Because when the Enterprise Advanced first came out, you could zoom in, but it gave you the native wide view picture. Now you get the zoomed in picture just like the Air 2S does.
Okay.
You zoom in, you get that zoomed in shot.
So for state aerial photography, I've asked, have anyone ever have a problem updating on their home internet?
Never my home internet. My home internet, it updates quick because I got a lot of bandwidth at home. So I say this update I did, it updated not just the drone, but also updated the smart controller that comes with it. It updated the Pilot app also. So it actually added features to all three elements of me flying this drone. So that's why I put in my thing after I went through it a little bit last night or night before. I saw that now the Mavic Enterprise Advance, the Matrice 30T, and the Matrice 300 all start off with the basic functions the same now. Each one has the same capabilities as a basic function. Now the 300, you might be able to get extra camera because you different payloads on it, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
all the resolution and thermals the
right.
same.
Right. Well, all the thermals the same. The zoom capabilities are the same as far as you can do it and stuff. So,
Dre, I got to ask you a question, and I did message you. Are you getting the M30T? Are you taking a plunge?
It'll be here Wednesday. It'll be here Wednesday, dude.
Okay. All right.
Hold on, wait a minute. You said it will be here Wednesday?
Adrian didn't hear you, Al.
Hold on, did you say it will be here Wednesday?
Yeah, it'll be here Wednesday.
Oh, you know what? How you gonna keep that away from me, man? Well, you didn't even tell me about it.
I didn't tell a lot of people. The only person who kept bugging me about it was Paul Murray, because he know I mentioned about trying to get it a couple of months back. I told him I was going to wait a while, see how, like Paul said, see how it works out, see what kind of bugs are in it and everything else. And the only reason I made the move now is because the economy, the interest rates are going up. So I said I better go ahead and push the button now before the interest rates make it a little bit too not too expensive, but more money than I want to fork out in interest rates to buy it.
Yeah,
and that's one reason I got it now, because I was not planning on making this purchase until around October or November, towards the end of the year.
Are you selling? You know me, I ask a lot of questions. So if I ask you a question, just tell me shut up.
No, go ahead, man.
Are you selling your Enterprise Advance?
No.
Okay.
No. And the reason for that is because of the size difference. Just like we fly either of the Mavics themselves, is because the size, they fit somewhere where a larger drone can't go. So I have no intentions of selling it off, for any reason, because basically it'll act as a backup.
Hi, buddy. I love you.
More than anything else. Just like
I am taking a plunge, Dre. I'll be taking a plunge in October, and I also will be taking a thermal level 1 class.
Yeah, I know you mentioned something about that, and I'm interested. Let me know where you find it at, because the classes I've seen, they want to charge you arm and a leg.
Yeah, there is.
And I say it's not worth that much. I think they're trying to milk the system on that.
ITC is now it used to be like $2,000. It's now $2,250. But if you go on, let me tell you this site. If you go on this site and you do it 30 days in advance, like the class, you get like $225 off. Is it not? Let me tell you.
Yeah.
Where's it at?
Let me go ahead and say hi to a couple of people while you do that. We got New Fun Drone Production. We got Tommy Jean in the house. We got Ed, Love My Drone. We got Mr. V Dub. Thank you for popping in. We got Eat More Possum. Thank you for being here, Brent. Who else do we have here? Londinar, thank you for popping in. Really appreciate that. Mr. Uncle Bill's Toys. Please, guys, go ahead and give the stream a thumbs up. I will really appreciate that. Thank you. Now, James Morgan, how you doing, buddy? Thank you for popping in. Now,
smash that like. Smash it.
Yeah.
So when it comes to what you were saying, hey, Mike B, aka the Drone Ranger, thank you for popping in. Like you were saying, Drew, so basically, I'm assuming that you had that experience where you did the update at home, but then when you went to the field, you had to do another one. Is that what happened to you?
Well, it doesn't happen often. Like I said, sometimes you get the geofencing updates, which is basically the maps in the airspace. And like I say, I try to, like Al said, sometimes you want to be ahead of the game no matter when you fly, whether it be commercial or hobbyist. But being commercial, it's more essential because you're out there providing a service for money. So having an excuse that, oh, my drone wouldn't fly today because of yada yada yada, this shows that you were not prepared to fly. That's what your clients get that impression that this guy knew he needed to fly on this day, so how come he didn't take the steps to prep his gear? So that's what you're trying to avoid. But I'm just saying, anytime there is any type of update, if it be a geofence or especially a firmware update, something that really affects the controller and the drone itself. Because like I say, every time you do a firmware update, it also wipes out all your settings, and you have to go back in and put your custom settings back in place.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what throws off some people also. They say, well, I did an update and I get out here and my drone's acting all goofy and the gimbal is all squirrely and stuff. And then they go back in the settings and say, oh, all my settings have changed back to default. So that's another thing about it.
How you doing, buddy? Thank you for popping in, sir.
On the Air 2S, I had a firmware update that I got once, and afterwards my return to home altitude was reset. So it's important to always check before you fly that your return to home altitude is correct.
Right. And that's what I'm saying, that, it resets everything. So, and that's throwing some people off, that, the return to home altitude, the gimbal sensitivity. Mine's usually set around 11. It goes back to whatever, 22 or whatever it is. It's the squirrely number way up there and stuff. I like mine nice and slow. So when I hit it, there's no quick jerky moves and stuff. So these are things that, when you fly, either be hobbyist or commercial, and like I said, you might have flew the day before. So you're thinking, okay, no big deal. Let me go out and fly my drone today. You get a quick little update, yada, yada, yada. And you go up there and say, what happened from yesterday to today? And anything else. So, I mean, it just, it could be, I'll say, nerve-wracking at times. It doesn't really, it should not really throw you off too much if you know your drone and you can adjust whatever. But to me, it's all about time. And Al can probably vouch for this, that when you're on a site, you're always fighting the clock. Not that somebody's pushing you, but this is how you make your money. The less amount of time you have to spend on a site, the more profits that you make in your pocket.
Correct.
You don't want to be on a job site 2 hours and your bird's only in the air 20 minutes, but you're there 2 hours going through all your settings and doing this and doing that and everything else. So in other words, you could have been doing something else, prepping for something else, or may have another job lined up down the road on the same day, and you're spending 2 hours on this job, which you only should have spent no more than about 40 minutes, and then you're off to your next job. Like I said, you're fighting time.
Let me go ahead and say hi to Mr. Jody Jones Shots. How you doing, buddy? We also got Mr. Brad Alston, River City, RVA. Thank you for popping in, so I really appreciate that. Now, okay, Dre,
I can't find that link. I thought I saved it. That's why.
Dre, let's go ahead and see what Lon said. What did Lon say now? Professional without the inside to clear before Lon. Okay, now I've had a few of my drones, Dre. We actually did an update at the house before I left, and I never got nothing about geofencing to update. But the second I go to that field, then I have to do the update.
Mm-hmm.
So, like you were saying, you feel that the geofencing keep us updated 24/7 about anything that have to do with any updates.
Like I said, if they had the time to develop one and send it and make it there when you go fly anyway, what's the big difference of you sending you an email?
Correct.
And letting you know. I mean, like I say, every time we activate a drone, and it's probably the same for Autel and DJI and Unique, and anybody else, you have to put an email address to activate the drone. So they have your information to contact you.
They sure do, because they got mine.
Right. So I say, if these drones were exploding in the air or whatever, should we have to hear, online, or should we have got an email from the company saying, hey, be careful of your drone, yada, 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 may result in unexplained explosions or whatever. So I'm just saying that's a customer service thing, and I'm big about customer service. That's just me. Because just like when I work with people in the city, I engage the public on Facebook, on Twitter, different places, because I want to make sure we as a city, or especially me, even when I was in other positions, I'm accessible to the general public. Everybody in my city pays pays taxes through sales tax, through property tax, or whatever. So everybody should expect to get the same level of service.
Correct.
Just because you live in a certain part of the city and your zip code, puts you in a certain economic level or whatever, doesn't mean you get all the resources. If somebody in another part of town should get the same or should expect the same level of service as other folks in part of town. And that's just my mentality of working for the public, how I roll. So, like I said, I put that same type of level of customer care that I try to give people for my job. I said they should do the same thing. I said we're out here spending money. I mean, how many folks have gone here and bought everything from a Mini 1? Now we're looking at Mini 3s within the last 18 months.
Well,
there's folks who bought them all.
I'm sure that you guys know that I've had a little bit of a run-in with when it comes to DJI. I mean,
right.
When I posted the the pictures that I actually crashed my drone, DJI actually contacted me and started talking to me, and they actually kept sending me messages back and forth through on Facebook, and I pretty much let them know the issue that I was having with that I actually had with the with my DJI FPV drone after having it after a few weeks, and up to this day they still haven't actually got back to me. They even tried to fix the problem, even though I fixed it myself. It was just the cable. Matter of fact, I even talked to Aldias back then, and Aldias told me, Adrian, that sounds like the cable is messed up. Get another one and see if it worked. And lo and behold, that's what it was. Yeah. But I feel that by it being such a brand new drone, I shouldn't be having that problem already. But I guess I messed up cable, but the cable only costs like $15-$20. So I don't even know why they didn't even get in contact with me to give me another one and just call it even.
Yeah, well, like I said, especially if it's under warranty.
I want to know how you crashed your Air 2. I know you crashed it, but you didn't say how. You said it was something you've done before?
It was windy that day. And I popped it in sports mode. And instead of flying high up, I was actually flying it low, about 10, 15 feet, from the ground. And I got trees. I got a lot of trees on my property. So I was just zipping it back and forth, with the wind. I was going 45, 50. And the next thing I did it, I was like, you know what? Let me do it one more time. And then when I did it that one time, I went straight into the tree. Boom! All I heard was, like it just started trimming the tree, and then it hit the ground. And when I looked at it, the arm was broke.
Okay, let me address Lon's comment in the chat. I say, Lon, just like any other company out there, when you get contacted about certain things, even my dentist who always want to send me reminders and stuff, you can always opt out. They always give you a chance to say type yes or type no if you want to opt out of this email chain or whatever the case may be. And that's what I'm saying, that there's always
like ways a subscription to a business via email.
Right. Yeah. So like I said, there's always options that they can control who gets the emails, who doesn't. But like Adrian said, at first they was all like, back and forth, talking to him, and all of a sudden, boom, he gets nothing. And the problem's never resolved. And he has a drone at the time that was under warranty.
Correct. Brand spanking new.
And that's what I'm saying. So now you're at a point where this is under warranty. So are you telling me I need to send it back for repairs, to have you guys look at it? Or are you telling me what's the solution?
But Dre, that's exactly why I kept telling them I am not about to send you my freaking drone when it's actually the actual cable. It's not the drone, it's the cable. Well, we need you to send everything just the same way you had it before, and then we'll send you another one if that one is not working.
Let me ask you, why don't you want to send it to DJI?
I don't want to send
it. Takes too long?
Just to get a freaking cable. No, first of all, they take too long to send it back. And then they might send me another one that's not my actual drone. I know people that send their drone back when they get another one is not the actual drone they sent previously. I want my drone back.
That's happened to me. My Mavic 2 Pro went in for
you know what I'm saying? I don't want that problem.
It's cost effective for DJI.
Yeah, they can swap it out.
Rebuild your drone and send it back to you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I'm just saying that DJI is probably much better than the majority of all the rest of the companies out there, but they do fall short. And I say, as consumers of their product, we need to hold them accountable, just like we do anything else. If you bought a car off the lot that that when you hit the brakes it swerved to the right, Are you gonna just let there and let it ride? Or are you gonna take it back? You're gonna take that sucker back until they get it right, or give you another one, whatever the case may be. But at least give you the option of doing that is what I'm saying. And let me inform, like I say, everybody sends out recalls. Oh, we got a recall for this. Just like the airbags deal for the last 5-6 years. Every car manufacturer sent out notices about airbags, and you can come in and get your airbag switched out. That gave you the option. Most folks didn't do it because most of the dealerships didn't have the parts to do it. So most people just ignored it, forgot about it, and never got the airbags changed out. But the thing is here, you were at least notified of it, about it, and it was addressed. So that's all I'm saying, that, let people know what's going on. So when something happens, they can say, okay, what actions do I need to take?
I'm laughing at the comment. Mr. JRC, Mr. John.
Hey, Mata John, how you doing, man?
Oh, sorry.
Hey, my Conde, Mata John, I send you a link if you want to come on in, buddy. Now, who said what? I missed that comment.
Hey, Dre, Adrian, I've never had any issue with DJI sending my drones and getting it back in a timely manner. Maybe because I'm in California, but I sent my Mavic 3, the first one, to Texas, and that came back faster than when I had cracks on my Autel drone and send it out, and it was there for 3 months.
Hey, Susan Lee, how you doing? Now, the thing is, again, and I understand what you're saying, Alias, maybe some people have better luck than others. Maybe the DJI places like, maybe in California, maybe close to you. You know what I mean? It's just that, again, for that simple cable, if you would have just sent me another one, I would have been okay. And the stupid thing is that after I had that problem all the years, I actually went back to DJI and bought 7 more cables, so I don't have the same problem again. So it's not like they don't have a record of everything I purchased. As a matter of fact, I looked under the DJI app on my phone after I logged in with my information, and they have every single drone that I purchased all the years. Every DJI drone that I have, they have it listed. So it's not like I don't have the drones. You know what I mean? It's not like I haven't spent the money buying the drone. You see that I bought it.
Yeah, I understand. You live out in the Everglades. It's hard to get mail out.
Hey, how you doing today, Drone Live? Thank you for popping in. Really appreciate it.
The mail delivered by Stork there, Al.
What was that? What was that?
The mail gets delivered by Stork out in the Glades. Flamingos. About the flamingos.
What did Lon say? What was his?
He was saying something about they don't send out parts for everything or whatever, but every company. Yeah. And I'm just saying that, I talk about procedures. I say if there is something going on with a drone, either be negative or even improvement, notify those who own it.
Yeah, I had an experience, not a drone, but I had to replace a battery. I had a battery for my FPV.
Mm-hmm.
I had it back in 7 days. So I don't think that they take a very long time with their turnaround. I think the problem is your internet connection. Next time, send the email from your girlfriend's house. Then you're going to wait for the response, and that's why it takes so long, Adrian.
Valid point.
Oh, man.
Don't work like it used to.
Hey, Paul, what'd you make? I think you need to bring Ben back. He'd probably be a better guest than you.
Yeah. That's all I was saying, man. Just for them to be, I guess we have to admit, they are king of the hill, still are, probably will still always be king of the hill. And when it comes to drones, from pro consumer drones all the way to enterprise, no one's out selling more than them. Nobody has a bigger customer support base than them. Like always, you got to up your game. Just like we do as flyers, we try to up our game as being better flyers and so forth. I want DJI to continue to up their game as being a good company towards their constituents.
And you know what really amazes me about DJI? They have people that actually work, and someone will post about a crash that they had with their drone or a problem, and some random person who works for DJI pops in chat and says, "Hey, send us a message and we'll help you out."
Right?
Company really do that.
Yeah. And that's all I'm saying. I see that sometimes, and I applaud them for that. Like I said, I'm not saying they're bad, because there's, like, Al can tell you what he went through with Autel. There are some companies that are a lot worse and stuff. And but I'm just saying that since you are king of the hill, act like you're king of the hill. You know, that's all I say. And I'm not saying it's a bad thing. It's just I just kind of shocked that there were two releases that I had no clue about until I stumbled upon a YouTube video. And I said that should not be the way as a purchaser of an item. I should find out about it. It's through a YouTube video.
Yeah.
You know, because it wasn't mentioned on the forums. There wasn't no big posting in an official DJI forum chat that they released the update. You know, this kind of stuff. It was two of the users, and I say their information was so generic. All they did was put the numbers of the update. I'm like, that's not telling me anything. You know, so that's all. That's just my little rant about customer service, dude. I was like, you got to do a little better, and I hope they do. You know, not that I'm not going to buy DGA. I just made a major investment in one of their products. Yeah, I just like to say, if I mess up something, I expect somebody to hold me accountable so I don't make the same mistakes again. And I get better at what I do.
And Adrian, what did you do? Did you order just an arm? Is that what you had to order for the drone?
Yeah, all I had to do is just order the arm for it.
And you released it real quick. You did it yourself in a day, right?
I actually did it myself today. It only took me about, I go 25, 30 minutes and I put it on myself.
Adrian, was it the whole arm or was it like the bottom of the arm?
No. If you, it was, let me get this one. Let me show you real quick. You see what the
I'm sorry for interrupting you, Paul. My bad.
No worries. It's good.
Hey, Aldia, you see what here? Normally the antenna is right here.
Yeah.
This is the piece.
So that piece down?
Yeah, this is the piece that broke right here.
So you
now the
posted
arm,
that on
this
Facebook,
piece right here.
and
The
you
leg.
made it seem like it was the whole arm. That's what I thought, and it was just that little piece.
Yeah, correct. The antenna is actually in there. Hey, Mr. Flagger, Mirror 399.9. How you doing, buddy? Thank you for popping in. We also got somebody else here, Mr. Travel Deck 360. Thank you for popping in, so I really appreciate it. Hey, Marty is in the green room. I'm about to bring you in a minute, buddy. Just give me 1 second, sir.
Hey, great cover for the Mavic 3, by the way.
No, good.
Adrian, that's your Mavic cover, that cover right there for the the drone?
I got this cover right here.
Yes.
Some Cuban guy named Aldias, he went ahead and told me about it, and I got it.
I know that guy, man. He's a good dude.
Yeah.
Some Cuban fool called Time to Fly on Facebook told me about it. And
I'm not Time to Fly on Facebook.
Hey, Cryptoman 5000, how you doing, buddy? Thank you for popping in. Mr. Charles Galowski, hey, sir. Thank you for being here. Let me go ahead and bring Mr. Matty Drone World in here. How you doing,
Matty,
sir?
what's up, Matty?
Thank you. Yeah, I got one of those for the Air 2S too.
I have the same one. I love it. It's so simplified. Yep. It's just pop on, pop off. It's a little bit of a mother to get off sometimes, but I mean, usually it's not that bad. But
how you doing, Brazil Airview? Mr. Jarrett, they went ahead and say hi to you.
Maddie, send me a link to that.
Yes, sir. It's made by
we'll cover that drone.
It's made by Sunny Life.
Mr. JRC, how you doing, buddy? We got Mr. Chris Water, Sunrise Water Media. Thank you for popping in.
What's up, Chris?
Really appreciate it. Ladies and gentlemen, do me a favor. Go ahead and hit that thumbs up on the stream.
Charles.
I appreciate that. So let's go ahead and go to the next topic. Go ahead, Marty. You
don't want to send your Air 2 in because of the broken leg?
No.
I thought it was the whole arm.
No.
Apparently, it was just the landing part at the bottom of the arm.
I actually fixed that myself, Matty. When I was talking about the drone, it was gonna be the DJI FPV drone. After I had it for like 2-3 weeks, the cable started messing up, and they wanted me to send the whole thing with everything for them to check it out and then send it back to me.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I didn't want to do that. All I wanted was a new cable. That's it.
A cable for what kind of cable?
The cable that connects to the battery, the goggles to the battery.
Oh,
I
remember that. I remember when we had that problem. Okay, never mind.
Yeah.
Yep. Buy aftermarket.
That would have been interesting if you did send it in. Would you have gotten your drone back?
That's what I'm saying.
Probably not. Not for something, you know what I mean? Something small like that.
That's what I'm saying.
They would.
I didn't want to send that drone back because my drone is brand spanking new. You know what I mean? I didn't want to send it back.
I thought it was the whole arm, Adrian, that you busted off.
No. This one, it was only the little antenna landing gear part. That's it.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's go ahead.
And even that can be an issue at times when it's nice that they do send you a new drone or a refurbished one back to replace your damaged one. But then again, like I say, if you're not aware of that they sent you back a different drone, and then like I say, once again, you put your old stickers on there, and guess what? Now you get a drone that doesn't match the registration that you have it under.
Well, because you got to do what I did, Idre. You gotta re-register.
Yeah, like
cancel
I said,
that old one and re-register.
Yep. Sucks, and like I said, and I'm glad it's not a big cost thing, but $5 is $5.
Yeah.
You know,
it adds up.
Unless you're recreational, then it doesn't matter.
Recreational. Yeah, recreational. But like I said, Al and I are commercial, so every time we get a drone, that's $5.
Yeah, you have to.
Like I say, I got. Like I say, when I get this M30 in, that'll be drone number 9.
Do you really have one coming?
Yeah, it'll be here Wednesday.
You bastard.
I know, right? That's what I was saying. Hey, Marty, check this out.
Punch you right
the thing is, Marty, is that I talk to this guy every other day. He never mentioned nothing to me. Never said a word to me.
It's like this when you. This is how I am. When you make an investment this size, dude, it's not nothing to brag about. Somebody talking about you getting Christmas in July. No, I got Christmas debt in July. That's what I got.
Yeah, but it holds its value. It'll hold its value.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Did you get the T? Did you get the thermal or just?
Oh yeah. To me is you got to get the thermal. It's kind of like a waste of spend that kind of money if you don't get a thermal camera with it.
Good point.
Yeah.
What is that on your screen, by the way?
That is my computer build. This is what I rebuilt my computer last week, and this is what's in it.
I was going to ask you, how did that come out? Are you finished with it?
Yeah, that comes out great, dude. I mean, having 128 gigabyte of RAM is just like everything just snaps up on the screen and stuff. No hesitation at all and stuff. CPU. I had a i7. I think it was like a 3rd generation before.
Come on, instant action, instant.
Yeah, and like I say, the motherboard, especially with the Wi-Fi 6. Oh man, I know. The Wi-Fi 6 really comes out because, like I say, my router is a Wi-Fi 6 router, but this is the first device I have the second device I have that supports Wi-Fi 6. I got a Amazon stick upstairs that supports Wi-Fi 6 and stuff. But I'm quite pleased. I think this will hold me over for my last system. I had that for close to about at least 8 years, so I was due for an upgrade. So I hope that this one lasts me another 8 years.
What computer you use? Are you PC or are you iOS? And what are you editing on? Out of curiosity.
Are you talking to me?
Yeah.
I use Windows. I use a PC, and I use Power Director.
Okay. You're doing a great job with your videos, dude.
Oh yeah, I tell him, man, he's putting some effort.
I like the video. I mean, I want to get a DJI FPV. Yeah, I shouldn't, but I want to. You know
tomorrow for everybody. Something real special.
Hey, one thing that I noticed, Lon, is that the colors on his on the video and also on the thumbnail, it looks freaking crisp. I mean, it looks nice.
When did you hit your 500? This morning or yesterday?
This evening, about an hour ago.
Nice. Right. Congratulations, man.
Yeah,
nice.
Congrats on that, Paul.
Yeah, thanks to everybody in the community. I appreciate it. My goal for the summer was to hit 500 and get my community tab, so I hit my goal early.
You know, I was going through my analytics, and you know how I always tell you I don't really give a crap about monetization and all? Yeah. I really don't. But I saw my watch hours, which I never look at, and I'm thinking, well, maybe I should. Because my watch hours are high, so I'm thinking if I can get to 1,000, then screw it. I might as well monetize this shit.
Yeah, well, my thing, I'm not really concerned about monetization, but like I say, as you get the more subscribers, you get more features to use. Like I say, you get the community tab, and everything. And like I say, you get 1,000 subscribers, then you're able to stream off your phone or whatever else out in the field, you know. And that's why I went with this camera system I have now, because that allows me to stream out in the field, but I'm limited to half the subscribers that I have, which is a lot. I mean, I say half of 600 and some change is quite a few folks in a live stream. You know, I mean, I'm not at Ken Herron's level at all, but you know, he usually pulls in around 400 or 500 people on his stream, so that's a lot of people if you get that many folks in the stream. So yeah, the monetization part is that's neither here nor there in me, but just being able to stream when I go out to jobs, and I can probably go this. It's nice to be able to have the ability to be out on a job and stream what's going on to support some of your clients. Sometimes they want to know, hey, what's going on out there?
What's that mean?
What's that? Subs, Bill says.
Yeah, and the community tab is important for me because I realize that trying to gain subscribers off of Facebook doesn't really work. People see the stuff sometimes and they just don't interact, but I want to interact with the people who are actually watching my videos. So I want to be able to share pictures that they'll see. So that community tab gives me that option to do all them things.
Correct.
That's the same thing I wanted.
Hey, Joe, Stephen Jones asked you a question.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I was just typing to him right now. I have a MSI RTX 3060 12 gigabyte video card.
So Paul, are you gonna stick to just one video every Sunday?
Well, I'm actually contemplating making a change because I put like 60 hours or more into each video. That's a lot of time. And it really keeps me occupied during the week. So I'm thinking about switching to one video every 2 weeks, but doing a $50 Amazon gift card giveaway.
Mm-hmm.
What about like vlogging or just putting up just random videos of your flights or
No one
something?
wants to see my ugly mug. Come on. They want to see my videos. They want to see the FPV.
That's how you're gonna get more
It's
subs.
funny, Matt. I hear that from a lot of people. People want to hear you talk. They want to see your face on it. It's just not my cup of tea. I don't even know how Dre does it when he's on a job and he's streaming. I probably drop something.
Look, Dre is Dre.
I'm so out of focus, ultra focused.
Hey, brother Johnny Drone Flyer, how you doing, sir?
They said something real good. They said, if you build it, they will come. So I'm building it. I'm building it.
Yeah.
Well, like I say, it's who really encouraged me the most is a young lady over in England. And if you guys go on to Paul Mary's show, you probably seen her name is Filipina something British whatever her name is.
Yep.
And she's told me just go out and just do it. I've been wanting to do it, and I noticed that the videos that I do have my face and voice in it and stuff, they do a lot better as far as watch hours and getting more subscribers. Like I tell people, people listen, but you got to ask yourself, drones have been on YouTube for a better part of a decade now. Okay. So how much footage does everybody still want to watch when you fly? Unless you're flying something unique in a certain area that nobody's been before, everybody's kind of seen it. So you narrating, at least narrate what you're flying. Say, hey, I'm here, I'm doing this. Especially you guys with FPVs, you guys are talking about what kind of stick movements you're doing. Hey, I went to this dude here. I went to we guys call a power dive or whatever, got inverted, all that kind of stuff. So there's a lot of content for you to talk about, narrating your drone if you want to be in front of it. And the only thing you might have to, and I said, like you, Paul, the biggest thing I do is maybe you do a quick intro with your face on and say, hey, this is Paul Legendbig, blah, blah, blah. I'm going to be flying here. Let's get it going. Boom. After that, you're behind the scenes narrating what you're doing.
I actually did some of that in my earlier videos.
Yeah. And at the end of it, you put yourself back on and say, hey, thanks for coming out. Like I always say, hang on, enjoy the ride, and please subscribe. Bam.
Try it. You never know.
Now, Paul, we're not here to tell you how to do things on your channel, but they're saying, I do, like me personally, when I first started, I was nervous, you know what I mean? But the more you do about it, it gets easy, you know what I mean?
Obviously what he's doing is working.
Like that.
Yeah.
And I do.
You do you. Whatever you do.
It's
gonna grow for you.
And I do feel that if you actually do start talking a little bit about your videos, hey, you might get, you know what I mean? You might go ahead and get some more subs and even more views. I mean, we do want you to tell us what you're doing a little bit. You know what I mean?
That's why I mentioned something. I wanted to see. I was curious to know if you want to expand a little more than just maybe a video a weekend. Just do like a vlog.
Hey, Adrian, pull up Tammy Jean's comment. There you go.
Yep. Plus, if you talk like we were talking about, if you talk or if you're mentioning something about the location that you're flying or something, people listen to that stuff instead of just skipping through it. Yep.
But I'm saying your videos alone are very excellent, Paul. Very interesting, very excellent. You're editing them things like crazy, so you're keeping people's attention just with your editing abilities and where you're color grading them and everything else. So I say doing a little bit of voice or a cameo, that just puts you over the top, dude.
Or get us
way over the top.
Do some editing tutorials.
That would work too. That would do too. People love tutorials. Yep. That's watch hours and subs right there, buddy. Yep. Yeah, I wanted to hit that 500 mark for that community tab, and now I'm thinking, shit, maybe I should hit. Maybe I want to hit the $1,000 mark. I don't know. Normally, I don't care, but you do.
Now let's go ahead and go to the next topic, since we actually ran kind of long on that one. What about the drone maintenance, Dre and Aldia? Since you guys do this for a living using it. Before I do that, how you doing, Mr. Johnny Drone Flyer? If I didn't say hi to you, how you doing? Thank you for popping in.
Hi, Johnny.
Johnny, how you doing?
How would you handle that, Dre?
What's that?
And when it comes to your drone and drone maintenance.
Before my drone and drone maintenance, like I said, I rely upon the air data software because it lets me know. Like I was telling people about, I think I saw one of the chats on Facebook. Somebody was talking about the heat of the batteries and how do they find out how hot their battery got. And I think last time I was on your show, I was telling Al how I got 2 emails from Air Data telling me right after my flight ended that my batteries were up above 140 degrees in a flight. I just did. Sent me an email, bam, just that quick. Hey, your batteries are reaching a critical heat level, 140 plus degrees. And that's what I'm saying. That, that kind of information helps me out. And I said, I know those two flights that I did push the batteries a little hard. I think I brought the drone back at about 21%, which I usually bring it back somewhere around 28%. But it let me know, hey, you better watch what you're doing. You're stressing the batteries a little more than you should. So watch out.
Starting to notice that with my FPV.
Air Data's good. It's a great software to have.
Hey, Mr.
Everything,
maintain
the batteries and everything.
How you doing, Mr. Fly Right Drones? How you doing, buddy? Thank you for popping in. Hey, let me go ahead and bring Mr. Uncle Bill. Hey, buddy. How you doing, man?
Yeah. Hey.
Thank you for popping in.
What's up, guys?
What's up, Bill?
Now,
I got a question. So with these batteries, Dre, let me ask you real quick, or Al, either one. You don't have to make me big, bro. It's an Air 2S battery. Simple. I've got a lot of flights on these. I've got about 80 flights on each battery.
Mm-hmm.
At what level, when the cells start getting deteriorated, when they're starting to separate from each other, do you know what I'm saying? Like, say one cell is 4.0 and then another cell is like at 3.95.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Serious deviation in cells.
Deviation in cells, at one point do you say, you know what, I'm not doing it anymore because I'm afraid it's going to fall out of the freaking sky?
If I keep on seeing on Air Data, they give you an update when you have all your flights into the software. It tells you the deviation in your batteries in all your aircraft. So, I mean, you look at it, and if you see it happen a lot, then you know not to fly it.
I'm seeing it on the fly.
What's the lifespan?
Battery level. I don't know what the life. I don't even know what the lifespan.
Well, like I said, the lifespan varies upon the type of flyer you are and all the different different factors come to play. As far as the
weather,
lifespan.
Where he's at too in Florida, humidity is probably
humidity, all that kind of stuff.
Battery.
All that kind of stuff comes into play. But like Al and I are both saying that Air Data, you look at your flight, it'll tell you about your battery status, what the cells are doing individually. They're waning off or whatever the case may be. It'll let you know right on the spot, and that's what I like about it, because the Fly app may have other features I don't know, but I know the Go4 app doesn't tell you anything about other than the batteries, how much is in each cell, but it's not telling you how the battery is functioning during the flight itself. Air Data can give you a lot of critical information for us, how those cells are acting during the flight itself. And they'll give you everything from color-coded chart to say, oh, it's good, it's bad, this is dropping, all this kind of stuff. The same thing with your GPS signal. It'll tell you if you're all on the green, did you hit a red spot, purple spot, all the different things that you say, okay, I need to pay attention to what's going on here. That's why I tell folks, that program has probably kept me more on top of my drones than anything else I've done outside the drones themselves.
And there's a free subscription too. So if anybody wants to jump, all you have to do is hotspot or have a Wi-Fi with your controller or your phone or whatever, and that's all hooked up. And then you just transfer the info at the end.
Yep. And most time,
I've got a cell in each battery that's about 0.4 off or 0.3 off. It's like, it gets pretty damn close, and it makes me.
Do you have you recycled your batteries down to past 10%? Like every 20 charges?
Yep. Yep.
John said 200 cycles on your Air
200 cycles. I've got 80. I've got 80 on the battery, and the battery's already starting to show a little bit of deviation.
So that doesn't even seem like a lot.
No, it doesn't.
Let me go ahead and say hi to a couple of people here. We got Mr. Chris NB Drones. Thank you for popping in. Really appreciate it. And I think I did say hi to you, Mr. Fly Right Drones. Thank you for being here, sir.
No, I want to find out.
Now, this guy, Fly Right Drones, said that he had a battery that swelled up, and DJI sent him another one. I wonder how long did it take for them to send him another one? If they sent it to them right away, or did it took a while?
Question is, was that battery in warranty? Was it past the 6 months? I'm kind of curious about that.
How you doing, Drone Pool? Thank you for popping in, sir. Really appreciate that. Also, Drone and Visuals, thank you for popping in, sir. Yeah, what did you say? How old was the battery?
The warranty on his battery, was it 6 months? Like, did he have it for 6 months, less than 6 months, and they replaced it, or did he have it for a year and they replaced it?
Does it really matter the time? I mean,
I'm just curious. I'm asking curiosity. I can't ask.
Well, this is all about the customer service part. Like I say, do they act quicker if you're under warranty, or I know DJI as a company can't afford to send people out replacement parts just because they have an issue. If it's under warranty, they should replace it. It should have held up. And you don't damage. It's like we had the young lady other week, Adrian, talking about she lost her Mini 3.
Yeah.
And she had to send them the flight data information for them to replace it.
Yeah.
I mean, she had to do some things to justify what was going on, and they sent her no, but she also had to pay. She had to pay with her, I guess, Care Refresh plan. So basically, she had to buy or whatever the Care Refresh cost on a Mini 3 to get another drone. So, like I said,
$59.
Yeah, it varies on. I don't know. Maybe it varies on who you get a hold to at DJI to any other factors, man. It's just weird because some folks say, "Oh yeah, they just sent me a new one, no problem, no cost out of my pocket."
You like them sticks, Al?
Yeah, those things are huge.
Yeah,
those are FPV sticks, man. I made them work.
Are you a thumber?
Yeah, nice and grippy. They're sharp.
So that's what I'm saying. DJI is better than most everybody else, but like I say, it's a hit and miss thing. You hear people a lot of good stories, and then you hear people a lot of bad stories, and it all comes down. Like Al was saying, you need to find out what all the particulars are to figure out why they might have been slow on this or why they were very quick on that.
How is that possible? How do I only have 80? I have 80 charges on 2 of them and only 70 on 1. How is that possible?
Do you mark your batteries?
I do. I have them all marked. That's so weird.
Okay.
I'm trying to see if one of these is low, and they're all fully charged, so it's not going to show. But I wanted to show one of them, the cells being off, but it's not going to because they're full. Once I start flying, that's when it starts doing it. Oh well.
Somebody please go ahead and tell Uncle Bill to shut up. He's talking too much.
Well, you guys are carrying an interesting conversation. I'm more interested in Paul's cat. What the hell? What is that thing he was balancing on over there?
My wife's chair.
Your wife's chair. He was putting on quite a show there. I couldn't look away. And I don't like cats, by the way. Definitely allergic. But anyway, and battery life all depends on, like you guys were talking. I want to throw my hat in the ring. It depends on how far you drain it down before you recharge it, whether you're constantly charging it up and keeping it overfilled, whether there's so many different things that enter into it, and plus as far as the response is concerned, Hell, it depends on which person you get. And it could be the beginning of the month, the end of the month, a bad week, whatever. It's a big company. They got a lot of different customer service people that you can get a hold of. They might even have a thing where, like insurance companies, where they have to do their due diligence to make sure they're not being taken advantage of. And you might just happen to get the guy that gives everything to everybody and his job's in danger. So he's going to make you wait until next month until his quota starts over again, like anything else.
Yeah.
I updated the firmware on this thing yesterday to the new Air 2S firmware, and my other two batteries don't have firmware updates. How is that? That doesn't sound right.
No, it doesn't.
No, because
do you do the OTC, through the cable, through the internet, Wi-Fi?
The other two batteries, and it went to the home screen, and neither one of them have a firmware update. I just did.
Try the assistant too.
No, I'm gonna have to plug it into there now.
Yeah, you can try the assistant too. Because usually when you put the new battery in,
it shows
should
up.
automatically. It should update it automatically when you put another battery in.
It pops up on the home screen, battery firmware, but the other two just did not do that. I just put them in and they didn't. That's weird.
Just like if you get a half of an update on one part, and so you get that little warning that says inconsistent firmware, because you'll get that with the batteries too. If the battery's not on the same firmware, you'll get that little sign that says inconsistent firmware, and you get to hit the little slider to say, okay, go ahead and correct it. It's usually very minor.
Yeah.
TJ's going to bed.
Mm-hmm.
Good night.
Good night, TJ.
Good night, Charles. Bless. TJ, I'll see you later, man.
Oh, well. So what we got next, Adrian? We got you gonna go drone repairs, or we already covered that?
The drone repairs. Have you had to go ahead and send any drones, Dre? That you had any good experience or any bad experience with DJI before?
I haven't had any bad experience. I had to send my Mavic 2 Pro in December, and clipped the branch coming down, and it fell on one arm as it was landing. So that arm, almost like yours, the arm was kind of bent out of joint. So I went ahead and sent it in, and it was out of warranty, so it cost me about maybe $200-$300 to get it fixed. And they got it back in about a week and a half. It wasn't a real long time frame for me. Now, like I say, lucky for me, I have other drones that can do the work. So that's my whole thing. Is like, for me, it's about what I still have to do the jobs with, and that's why I tell folks that I have several identical drones that do the same thing for that purpose. If one gets damaged, I can't afford to be sitting around my hands waiting for it to get back. I got to go out and do work.
Can't believe you got an M30T. I hate you right now.
So where'd you get it from, Dre? Who'd you buy it from?
I bought it from DroneWorks.
Oh, DroneWorks in Florida. Wow.
Yeah. DJI doesn't have any stock.
Did they tax you California tax?
Nope.
Nice.
That's what I wanted to ask you, Dre. How did you get it? Because I know in DJI it said that you can only reserve it. You cannot buy it.
Yeah, that's pretty fast, dude.
DJI. I like I say, once I saw DJI didn't have it, I put a call out and I talked to Zach, and Zach says, I got them on the shelf. Just tell me what you want. And he took care of me.
So you got the M30T, you got that combo where it comes with several batteries. You got the big remote, you got the hard case, you got everything.
Right. It only comes with 2 batteries, right, Dre? Or did you buy more batteries? They're like 325.
I ordered an extra set.
DroneWorks is like the little ace in the hole for us sometimes. A lot of people, they're not they're not like huge like other people. So when people are looking up a drone and they can't find it, us little guys know that there's a store that's got one.
Yeah.
They just
you
don't
guys in Florida got a ton of drone shops over there.
I know. They got Drone Nerds, DroneWorks. They got a couple of boys out there. But speaking about batteries, this is why I tell people about, smaller drones, these longer flight times are great because you're only buying one battery. So that's great. Mm-hmm. Because if you break down this Matrice 30T, the flight time is not as impressive as you think it is. Because you got one thing you're talking about, there's 2 batteries getting you 41 minutes according to them. I talked to the guys there. They said you actually get about maybe 31 minutes actual flight time. So that's 2 batteries. Okay, so you break it down to 1 battery a piece. That's only about 15 minutes per battery.
Yeah.
You break that down. And that's to say, that's why I tell folks,
guys, I'll be right back.
Okay. That's why I tell folks when I calculate how far each one of my batteries go, I don't go for the maximum amount. I go for like my Phantom batteries, 20 Phantom batteries and Map 2 Pro, 20 minutes. Because I always talk about you're losing time and percentage of the battery taken off. You also got to get the drone back. Okay. So that's time. You need that extra 10% or whatever to take off and get the drone back to your home spot, takeoff spot. So that's why I tell folks, you just can't always calculate, okay, I'm going to take off here and I got 30 minutes to go where I want to do. I said, no, you got to bring the drone back. So when I go out and do a job, I always calculate it as 20 minutes of actual in the air flying, doing what I have to, what the drone needs to do, take pictures, take video, whatever. 20 minutes is what I work under. So like I said, I do a Phantom. So if I got to do a grid mapping or something like that, okay, usually I can cover at about 390 feet, I can cover 190 acres on 3 batteries, 20 minutes apiece. That's an hour of flight time right there.
So you just go 20-minute mark and that's it, Dre? If I'm at a site and I can get a battery down and get the job done, I'm taking that battery down to 10%.
Well, like I say,
probably a bad way to do things, but
like I say, that's my regular mark, which is busy. 20 minutes puts me right about the 30% mark. That's what I'm saying. So right about there. But if I push a little harder, sometimes I might let it go to about maybe 25%. If I'm bringing it down, I don't like going all the way 10% and stuff. Because then you talk about other issues can come into play. Like I say, you get drop of voltage, then you lose GPS, all that kind of crap can happen to you and stuff. So that's why I try to work within an area of safety margin with the drone itself. So like I say, if I do something like that, three Phantom batteries is an hour worth of flying. 3 Mavic 2 Pro batteries, hour worth of flying. So if I'm doing larger than that, I'm gonna need about 4 batteries. That's why I said when I ordered the Matrice 30T, I calculated, okay, I need at least initially, I'm probably gonna order another set here in a month or 2 or whatever. So I have at least 3 pairs, which will give me a total of 90 minutes of flight time on the minimum, 90 minutes minimum. And any job I've done, I never had to fly that long. Even on doing roofing jobs and stuff, I never had to fly over 90 minutes. Usually maybe a little hour on the commercial roof on like a warehouse, like an Amazon facility, just doing a roof, because you're flying at maybe about 5 miles per hour, and that thing is just chugging along and stuff. So it's eating up battery percentage and just, like Skittles, it's just eating it up. So that's the way I calculate my battery time. I always try to give myself safety margin just in case if something happens. I have that extra bit of juice to get back or whatever, or land it somewhere safe and not worry about the drone going to auto land where I don't want it to.
Yeah, Lon said you'll love it. He spent a week with it with Billy. I can only imagine.
Awesome.
I want one, and I wouldn't even know what to do with it. I really wouldn't. I just want it.
That controller is massive.
Oh man, it's impressive. And you know what's even more impressive is that if you can get one of those for the same price, actually cheaper than the Evo 2 Enterprise. And that's pretty insane.
I consider the Evo 2 Enterprise just dealing with Autel if something goes wrong. I don't want to.
Oh, I can only imagine.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to venture into that.
I don't know how they got all that shit in one package for $15K or whatever the price is for that M30T. That's impressive.
And I always tell people, the more I've been doing my research on it for the last couple of months, the drone is impressive itself. It does a lot of nice things, but I'm more interested in the Hub 2.0 software. I know initially I'll get it for free. I think the cutoff date is September or October. I don't know what they're going to charge for it after that. I don't know if it's going to be a subscription type deal or whatever. But the way I'm looking at it, and the way it really kind of sold me is the more information I got about the ability of the new Pilot app and everything else, I foresee DJI becoming more of a heavy hitter in the mapping software business. Because now you can
like drone deploy. You think like software like drone deploy and all that would be on there,
right? I can let drone deploy go, all that kind of stuff, because I can use the in-house, which you might say having a controller like that and be able to do everything on the fly. You can now pre-do KML files and upload it to the M30T and the MEA also, so they can automatically fly KML files that are created on other software. And those who don't know what KML files are the files that are created when you do grid mapping. So it will already read those files already. So that was a big plus for me also. So that way I can use one controller, do the mapping, do the manual flight without have to switch tablets or anything else. All does it on one controller.
Yeah, it's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
Told you I want one. Bill, you want to go halves on an M30?
Yeah.
Actually, my next drone might be a DJI FPV.
Attaboy.
Yeah, well, Tammy and Max are going to be coming down in a couple of weeks, and he's looking around for a used unit.
Yeah, I've been looking at a couple of used units, and they're still pretty pricey. They're up there.
He somehow magically finds deals like $400 to $600. Like, okay, I'll do that.
What? No way.
Yeah, he gets them. He finds them pretty impressive.
That'll be the price range for me to get one. Because I would like to have one just in my toolbox to have an FPV, DJI FPV, just so I can get some shots like Paul does. You know, just have that different type of shot capability. But like I said, I don't want to spend no $800-900 for it.
You know, I mean, maybe it's going to fall off the back of a truck or something, but whatever. As long as it gets here, it'll be good.
There you go. Like I said, I know how Max is. Max doesn't just buy one. He'll buy a couple of them, and then he'll try to maybe sell one off.
Well, they said they're going to find one try to find one before they come down. So if he does,
he has one already.
He's got 3 of them in the past 3 months, 4 months.
That's what I can say. He don't buy this one. He buys a couple of them. I say maybe he'll want to part with one.
He uses one for a backup, and then he bought another backup for Tammy. So now they both have 2 each.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's good to have a backup.
If you found them at that price.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's a great deal.
One of his combos, he got extra batteries with the drone and the goggles and the control, and he paid $500 for it.
Wow. Paul, do you have that Dobos mount on your drone for like a GoPro, or are you running out of the OEM camera?
The camera that are on them. I wanted to put a GoPro on my FPV, but it'll void my warranty, so I'm not going to do that until I don't have the warranty.
So you're using the native camera on the FPV?
Correct.
Not too bad.
But that footage is coming because everybody complained about that camera, and everybody jumped on putting GoPros on them things.
Yeah.
So
the pixel peepers.
Like in color grading.
Okay. Well, maybe that's the trick then.
Yes.
I know everybody was complaining about, the camera's not that good, blah, blah, this and that. I'm like,
I don't have any ND filters for it, so I can't control the shutter speed really right now.
Oh, okay. So they do. I know that there is a set of ND filters out there for that thing.
Yeah, the problem that I have with the ND filters is they don't really fit right, and they inhibit the movement of the angle. And I like to run it like 35, 40 degrees.
Mm-hmm.
And the way I whip it around, I'm worried that I'm going to put a filter on there and I'm going to lose it.
Right. I know that used to be an issue back in the day about people losing filters on the old Spark. Remember that, Al? The filters for the Spark?
I never had a Spark. That was the one drone, DJI drone I've never had. No, that was.
Yeah, the filters on the Spark, you had to hook the filters onto the fins on the top of the camera, and then the bottom part had a little clip tab on it, and it kind of like just clicked into place.
Same thing with the minis.
Is that what the minis?
The minis are the same thing. There's a little arm that goes to the back where the fins are.
Yeah.
Just put underneath.
Yeah. I never lost one off the Spark, but I know that was always an issue. People talk about losing a filter off the Spark because they didn't basically put it on there right.
Filters, Lon. Polar Pro.
Oh yeah, Polar Pro. You can't go wrong. Freewell. I vouch for Freewell. I've had a bunch of Freewell filters, and they were, like I say, almost half the cost of the Polar Pros, and they never disappoint me. But I've had some Polar Pros, especially for my Mavic Pro, the original one. That thing made that little drone spark, this shine, dude.
Was it a regular ND filter, or was it like a circular polarized or a polarized?
No, I always got
the mixture one.
Yeah, I always got polarized ones from mine because
Variable.
here in Southern California, we don't get a lot of the green stuff, so I got to capture all the colors I can. So I'll always buy polarized filters.
That's all I fly with is circular polarized. No ND, no ND 16, none of that. Just straight circular polarized filter. That's it.
Yeah, I'm always
because I don't shoot manual. I don't shoot manual, so I don't need it.
That's interesting. I fly with 64 PL polarized on a regular basis down here.
Oh wow!
Oh, so the sun's so bright in the middle. You're flying at 12 o'clock with the sun right overhead. Especially over water, makes a big. 64 is not as dark as you think it is.
Yeah.
I just adjust exposure. I don't because I don't shoot in manual. A lot of people that shoot in manual, that's what those ND filters are for. But I shoot in auto, so.
Now, with the Mini 2, I wrapped it with some colored saran wrap. That worked good.
Yeah.
You can get blues and reds around Christmas time. It's good.
Yeah. I was addressing Lon in the chat. I said, Lon, I've never been a big fan of DJI ND filters that they put out with drones over the years. I've always bought third-party ones, either Polar Pro or the Freewheels. I think I've gotten I bought one called from Nisi, which has been a really nice one that I got from B&H, and that's been a really nice one by Nisi. They sell. It's just a standard CPL filter, and it does wonders on that Mavic 2 Pro.
Yeah, I have the DJI ND filters for the Mavic 3. It came with the Flymore package.
Right.
Probably just should have. They're not very good.
That's all I have for the Air 2S, but I never use them. So I didn't even bother ordering ND filters. I'm not the type of photographer or videographer that does like desync or adjusts his shit in post-production. So
ND filters are for motion blur, but when you're flying a drone, I mean, you're up pretty high unless you've got some close shots and something moving.
Yeah, they're not just for motion blur. They help with the colors a lot.
I'm not into all that, so that's why I don't use them. I only use the circular polarized because I fly over water a lot.
Really, I never thought those filters ever helped at anything to do with coloring in
just flying over water.
Video. Just the polarized is just a reflection in the water.
That's it, man. That's the only reason I use them. Yeah. Other than that, colors I don't really care about. If somebody doesn't like them, they just watch somebody else's video.
Hey, you brought up Sunny Fire.
That's who makes that cover.
You can read that.
Yeah, they make for the minis.
That's my Sunny Fire filters we were talking about the arm that goes over the.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Next to the back.
Right there.
Yeah, that's exactly how the old Spark ones were made like that.
But I lost one of these. I bought this little kit. It was $20-something. It was fine. So Tom's Tech Time suggested these for the Mini 2.
I've never lost one on the minis.
This is when I was in Texas at Spin Up, and
the only time I
was shooting the gates with my Mini 2, and I hit it a couple of times.
Oh, okay, so it fell off. Yeah,
and I lost it, and I didn't even realize it. Yeah.
Hey, Lon, what do you think of the Freewell all-day pack for the Mavic 3?
Lon's going to tell you nothing. Lon's going to say Polar Pro.
He says he has all of them.
He's got the Polar Pro ones.
Says
that's all he buys is Polar Pro. That's it. You won't find him You can't talk him into buying anything but Polar Pro.
Okay.
He spends the money on them. They are high end.
I know Adrian's still out, so I'm going to go ahead and push this along. I guess the next one we're going to talk about is planning your flights. I was going to ask Paul, since you've been doing a lot of video work of late, do you pre-plan your flights?
I am back.
Yes, I do. I always, a lot of times I actually just go to Google Earth and I search for a location to fly at. I see, it looks nice up here, and then I check it out. I check the airspace. So yeah, I do some research before I do it.
Okay, good. Now, how far are you from, is it MB Drones? I know he's up in the same area as you, right?
Yeah, we live about a block and a half away from each other.
Oh, you guys are like neighbors.
Must be nice.
Yeah. So, I mean, I was stationed up in that area back in there, probably before you were born.
Thank you, Susan Lee.
Up in Portsmouth, New Hampshire. And I was telling him, you guys need to go up there and fly around Kitty Bump Port and Portsmouth and stuff right around the fall season, because that place looked like, I got there in '84, and that place looked like a 1,000-piece puzzle set. The sun would hit right off the water and everything. And that year they called it an Indian summer. So summer went all the way until early October.
Yeah.
And it was just something you see on a postcard.
If you're talking about fall in New Hampshire, you want to go to Lake Misaki. That's
okay. Well, a lot of places I went wasn't because I was out this adventurous type, is because I was ordered to go. So I have humped across the White Mountains and stuff. I've ran all through Kitty Bump Port, Maine, up to about 18 miles on a company run and stuff, and various things. And I'll tell you this, I remember my first winter there. I'll never forget this. I had a little Honda Civic, and my wife and I were just newlyweds still, married, had a little apartment off base, and the car froze overnight. So I just lucky I had bought a 10-speed right in the summer. So I'm riding a 10-speed early December from Portsmouth, New Hampshire, across the bridge into Kitty Bump Port, where you can get onto the base, the naval base there, in the middle of winter, dude. I mean, my mustache was literally frozen right here.
Looked like Jim Carrey in Dumb and Dumber, right?
Yeah.
I gotta go, man.
Hey, I'm Dre. For some reason, your camera is kind of freezing up a little bit, or is it just me?
He's been lagging back the whole time I've been on.
Yeah.
His audio and video are off sync a little bit. It's not that bad.
Hey, how you doing, Jose Mendez Jr.? How you doing, buddy? Thank you for popping in, sir.
A little bit, not bad.
Yeah. So I just remember that being up there. I was up there for about 2 years before I got orders to come back to California. So beautiful place up there, very beautiful.
That in the chat too.
And stuff. Very beautiful. So we're talking about planning your flights, Adrian.
Okie dokie. I was just about to ask about that. Okay, info.
Right.
So we already covered that then. Okay.
No, we haven't covered. I just asked Paul. You can ask whoever else.
Okay.
Make a heart.
Okay.
Then let's go ahead and dig into that one. When it comes to your flights, Dre, since you are
I did it.
my co-host, buddy, how do you even start when it comes to planning your flights? Is that something that you just?
Yeah.
I've heard you saying that you will take a look at the weather. You know what I mean? You will actually literally will travel, will visit that place before you even do the flight, just to make sure you know what you're about to do ahead of time.
If it's close enough, I will visit the site beforehand if I have the opportunity to do so. And that's mainly just to look at what hazards I may encounter. I mean, you can get on Google Maps. I do that quite often if it's a place I have to travel a little distance to. But Google Maps is only going to tell you so much. Google Maps is not going to tell you where the telephone poles are at or where the wires are at coming off that pole. So if you get an opportunity to visit a location where you want to fly, that gives you firsthand knowledge of what you need to look at. Other than that, I will use Google Maps to look at it, and if I'm going to use Litchi, definitely that's something that's going to aid you quite a bit. If you're going to use a Litchi pre-planned flight to see it, and then that way you can do a simulation of that flight through the virtual Litchi app and see how it's going to come out. Because like you said, Google Earth doesn't really give you terrain elevations. So what may look flat on the Google Earth may have an elevation that may exceed over 100, 200 feet. You can tell what a mountain is, but you can't tell too much on what a couple hundred feet is. My time in the military knows that we used to look at contour lines on a map, and that tells us which way the slopage is. If you're going uphill or downhill, and things like that. So those are things that can cost you in your flight. Just like they talk about now, how as the Mini 3 Pro can do terrain following going up and downhill. I said those just tell you how smart these devices are getting, that they're able to decipher the terrain that you're flying over, and that's a big asset for you when you're basically flying somewhere that you've never been before. Because before, if you set a certain altitude, that drone flew on that line, and if the terrain changed a little bit, you crash into the ground.
Tenfold.
So yeah, this is just little things to keep yourself safe, and it takes a little more time. A lot of folks say, "I just want to get out and fly," but I said, nobody wants to have a damaged bird. That's all I say. Nobody wants to have a damaged bird for you not paying attention or taking this extra 2-3 minutes to look something up that could have saved you a repair or a whole drone.
Well, that's like me and my dumbass flying on sports mode and not paying attention to the damn tree, how close I was to the freaking branch. The next thing you know, damage.
Well, I mean that can happen to anybody. But I'm saying there's two different things you dealt with. It's a windy day, so guess what? The drone's flying faster when you get the wind behind you. You get a tailwind, so guess what? The drone's flying faster. When you fly into the wind, the drone is going to react a little slower. So that's why I tell folks you got to be careful of the weather, what type of weather you're flying in, because the drone is going to react different ways based upon where you're flying, how you're flying. So that means you have to be concerned about that.
Adrian, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but I think I gotta put Uncle Bill on mute because he's just talking too damn much.
That's not normal. That's not normal. Something's wrong. Bill, you okay?
You see what I'm saying?
I think Uncle Bill's just still recovering from his little interaction with
Chuck. No, not at all. You guys, I don't want to. You guys are talking very interesting stuff. I don't want to interrupt. I've got nothing to interject really that would add to the conversation. Really,
To be honest,
you're talking about planning flights. I mean, the most I do is check the weather and the wind, and then see, because I'm a free spirit and I'm very creative, so I just go where. I just fly, but I'm not a commercial pilot, and I'm not like Dre is doing it for a living, where it makes a lot of sense to do what he's doing. I mean, it makes all the dollars and cents. To actually, map it out ahead of time and be sure that you know what you're going to do. I fly, I have fun, and I hope I catch, a couple good shots, and that's it. That's
good night, Akarasha. Have a good evening, sir. Thank you for popping in.
Hi, Akarasha.
Now, MB Jones, well, that's why I like using Litchi flights. Like I say, I make sure I go through all the steps while I pre-plan one. But you also got to realize when you use Litchi, you have the ability, or should have the ability, to use the right device out in the field, as far as a tablet or whatever, to be able to adjust anything that you need to. So like I say, I would not just show up on a site and just say, okay, just load up Litchi and let it go. I need to look around. I might even do a pre-flight, a free manual pre-flight to make sure all the obstacles and hazards are out of the way of my Litchi flight that I've already planned. And that's why I tell folks, I guess there's two different versions out there. I guess there's a Litchi hub that you can use to pre-designate a flight, but I use the virtual Litchi app on my PC that is directly connected.
Was it me?
Huh?
And
hey, Nitrin, how you doing, buddy? Thank you for popping in, sir.
And
What was that,
Diaz? What was that?
Somebody, he said,
I think it was me. I think I froze.
Okay. But as I was saying that, this is why you always get, when you get on site, you always got to check everything you do when you get on site. Because it's something that, actually, a lot of times, like the one side I do out in Beaumont, the Amazon site, on Google, the Google Earth map that I get shows all the old natural terrain from over a year ago still. They have not updated the map on that. So when I'm planning the flight for that, I'm guessing, I guess my picture this one out. Let me switch cameras real quick. I'm guessing that what the camera's pointing at for the most part. So like I say, all my gimbal angles, everything else is just me having a little bit of guesswork on where it's supposed to be at. So that's
Trey,
why
you just brought up a couple of. I bought Litchi. It's on my phone, to fly the drone. But you just brought a Litchi. I didn't even know they had separate apps that you could use on.
Neither did I.
And you got to pay for that separately. Is that included with your?
No, Virtual Litchi is a free upload off the Litchi site, and that allows Virtual Litchi. I think is better than the hub version. But now, Virtual Litchi automatically connects you to Google Earth. and you can pre-plan your flight like you want to, and then you can go to pull up the was it the CSV file? Al, what was it called? The CSV file. You can hit that.
The KLM file, you mean, or
No, no,
KML
no,
file?
no. It's a CSV file when you're using Virtual Litchi. You click on that, and it takes you over to Google Earth.
I
And then
haven't used
Google,
Virtual Litchi. All I've used is the Mission Hub on
yeah.
on a computer.
If you use Virtual Litchi, you click on that file, it'll kick you over to Google Earth and let you do a simulation flight of the whole flight. Shows the gimbal movements of what your gimbal is going to be looking at and everything. And like I say, so if you're going to run
CSV, that's a database file. It's common
yeah,
separated value file.
right. Yeah. So, like I say, it allows you to see exactly what that flight's going to do, not just how it's flying, but also the gimbal movements and how it's going to turn, everything else. So you have a good idea when you show up what to expect the drone to do. Because I heard people say, I use the Litchi Hub, yada yada yada, and I'm like, nah, the Virtual Litchi gives a little more detail than that, than what the Mission Hub does. Yeah. So.
Cool.
Yeah, so that's the one I use on mine.
Hey, Aldias, by the way, let me see right here. Hold on 1 second. I'll tell you right now. It says that they were shipped, so they should be here Monday.
I need
What's up?
Hey Bob, what program were you using? Bob Casey.
Bob Casey Bob Casey in the house?
Yeah, he's in the house. He said app freeze up. I don't know what app he was referring to. I didn't see the whole message before that one.
Hey, Matt Bagwell, how you doing, buddy? Thank you for popping in. Matt Bagwell, thank you. Now, where's
Air2S?
Air2S.
Fly app.
I didn't know if he was using a fly app or was he using Litchi, because I know Litchi has some issues with the minis, and I think maybe with the Air 2s, there's just some. It works with it, but then it has its moments and stuff. Because I know a lot of folks over in Europe who really like using Litchi, and another app over in Europe called Maven, which is just like Litchi. They use those a lot over there, and they're really pushing the Maven app as being better than Litchi, especially for the minis. The Maven app supposed to be more compatible with the minis than the Litchi app. And basically, it's been like, I guess with the minis and Litchi is that there's been gimbal issues where you get a lot of stuttering or whatever during a flight. And the whole thing about using something like Litchi or Drone Link or Maven is that those programs autonomously fly the drone, and it's 9 times out of 10 it comes out buttery smooth, just smooth as glass. And like I said, you want to do something. If you want to do something over and over again, that's what you want to do. If you're doing a progression flight, I try to be a very good pilot. I can fly something, but I know I cannot identically fly something the same way over and over again. I'll be out of 10 tries, I'll be lucky to get it right twice.
What's going on, Bob Casey? Thank you for popping in.
And that's the advantage of having an app like Litchi or Maven or Drone Link, is that those programs will allow you to refly a flight over and over again identically.
Maven is only available for iOS, by the way, if nobody knew that.
Yeah.
I couldn't find it on my Android.
Yeah.
So.
It's interesting. The only reason I bought that Litchi app was just to play around with the Mini 2 and play around with the follow me function, with it.
Yeah.
I took it out one day, flew it, and I haven't used it since. Now you've got me interested. I own it. I'm going to start playing around with it. I see it supports the Air. I actually knew it supported the Air2S, but maybe I'll start getting some actual use out of it.
Yeah, it just started supporting the Air2S.
Hey, Art, thank you for popping in, sir.
Right.
Yeah. I'm perfectly happy with the Fly app though, so I'm sticking with it. I'm not going third party.
Yeah.
I just wish it had camera control, like sharpening, contrast, and
it
saturation.
has. Yeah, I don't know about the saturation or that kind of stuff, but
you could do that on the P4, obviously, the P4P. You can adjust that stuff, but you can't do it on the Fly app with the Mavic 3.
Okay.
You can't do it with the Air 2S.
Yeah, okay. Because I know on the with the Phantoms, I can do manual focus, auto focus, and a whole lot of stuff. So like I said, you guys who have those newer birds can probably tell me a thing or two.
Would you really use something like that for the Air 2S though, if you had it saturation and all that different camera controls, because you're gonna post edit anyways, correct?
No, because if I'm doing construction jobs, those guys don't want D-Log shit. They just want the JPEG image. So if you can post process it in the drone, then it's easy money. You don't have to do anything at home. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Just deliver the deliverable.
The question is, does it really need it though? Like Lon said, the Mavic 3 doesn't need it, but I don't. Do you think the Air 2S needs it? Because it's pretty damn good.
The Mavic 3.
I want the Mavic 3.
I like the clarity in the Mavic 3. I think the non-file could probably be a little bit more brighter in saturation. But that's just when I'm using construction. If I'm doing, like commercial real estate and they want D-Log footage or they want raw footage, then of course you shoot it accordingly and then they'll post-process it. But for most of the jobs I'm doing, it's just JPEG files, dude. And they you want to make it look as good as it can out of the camera.
And what are you shooting with the Air 2S?
I am shooting with the Mavic 3. At times I use the Evo 2 6K. I got 2 Phantom 4 Pros with a shitload of batteries. Yeah, so that's what I'm using.
And what Aldis brought up is very key. Is like a lot of times, like he and I shoot construction mainly, and they want something to come out of the can. So basically, if you know the time of day you shoot, like Bill says, he shoots middle of the day. You need to slap on a nice ND filter, so you're gonna reduce that shutter speed and everything else. So what comes out of that drone is gonna be acceptable to the client. Like I said, they don't want us to go. They don't want you to go on the post doing a whole lot of color grading and all that kind of stuff, because they may have people in their in-house that's going to do all their color grading and everything else. They want you to provide a nice, clean picture of whatever it is they have you shooting and let them play with it from there.
Hi, Ray.
Hey, Ray. You're late.
Is that
Ray Kelly? How you doing, buddy? Thank you for
Drone
coming
Ambassador Ray Kelly? Yep, there he is.
He must have been out flying a secret location.
No, he's probably at the UN building. He's probably at the UN building doing his ambassador duties.
So I guess let's just go ahead and go to the whole free fall. Let's just talk about whatever the hell we want to talk about.
Oh, by the way, speaking about Ray Kelly, I thought this was awesome. So I go out of my room. I'm going out to cook dinner the night before last night. And Benjamin's sitting in the chair, and guess what he's watching?
One of Ray's videos.
Just chilling, watching Ray's videos.
Of course he is.
He says, I go out there, he looks at me and says, Dad, look, I'm watching Ray Kelly.
That Ray Kelly, I tell you, that man is everywhere. I want to be Ray Kelly when I grow up. I'm telling you. Yep.
I think I do too. All the drones,
everywhere.
All the houses, a boat. Hey, he got everything.
He's everywhere. Call him the next morning. Ray, where you at? I'm in California. Next morning. Ray, where you at? I'm in Vegas. Ray, what? Yeah, he deserves it. He earned it, guys. He's like, dude.
Between Ray and Tom, Lynn's captured. Them boys got the ultimate.
There's another one.
Life.
There's another one that deserves it.
Yep. Ray goes up and down the eastern seaboard, and Tom bounces between Vegas and New York.
Yep, they earned it, man.
Yeah.
Oh, so Johnny gonna be up a little earlier tomorrow then. Chris Hope is not going out.
Yeah, Chris isn't feeling well, so he is not flying in the morning.
Okay.
Yeah.
6:30 Central Time. Holy smokes, man.
Yep.
Tomorrow's Sunday too. I don't get up that early on Sundays.
I usually
all the live streams seem like they're geared for guys in the East Coast.
So
I know.
Not the West Coast guys.
So hey, Marty,
the left coast.
Marty, that's gonna be 7:30, 7:34.
Yeah, that's 7:30 our time. Yes.
Yeah. Well, I say the only time I catch Johnny is when I go to the gym, and I'll catch him as I'm walking out of the gym. That's why I catch a little bit of his live show. And he's about to sign off at that point, Al. And I'm leaving the gym at 5:30 in the morning.
He called me and said, "I need you to get your ass up in the morning." I said, "I'll try." No, I'm not giving you any promises.
Yeah. So if I ever catch a Rodney show, Johnny's show, it's usually some reason like last Saturday, because I was going out to Beaumont at before sunrise. I caught a little bit of Rodney show because they're on so early on the East Coast and stuff. So I'm like, wow.
I'm Captain Repeat. I wake up and I drink coffee and I watch all the streams. And if something's uninteresting, I just buffle through that shit.
I do the same thing.
Yeah. And then if I'm on to be up kind of late, I catch Bill's little impromptu shows.
Impromptu. That's all well thought out and planned.
Is that what that is?
I got a Litchi app for my show.
Oh, okay.
He's got an itinerary. And he has an itinerary. Yep.
I really don't.
Yeah. So
Whatever
I
happens, happens.
just got to figure out when I go on to Bill's show who has not been drinking.
No, that's a little harsh. You guys make me feel like an alcoholic. You know, just
No. You know what, Bill? I've never seen you lose control. We know that some people have been on here who has totally lost it, been on a live stream, falling out of chairs and cussing everybody out. And I have to tip my hat to you. You do maintain control. So I don't say that you're out of control. You do maintain control, and that's why I say it's the other folks that are on with you. How much they've been drinking.
No, if anything, I actually fell asleep. Recently.
Fell asleep. Yeah, he fell asleep.
Once
ago.
Is that what you got caught?
Yeah, I'm a fairly pleasant drunk, but that's the thing. I don't really drink a lot. I don't keep a lot of booze around. I don't drink a lot. But when I stream, for some reason, it just seems the perfect medium. And I stream too much because it's starting to affect my personal life.
All right. Good night, Chris. NB Drones. I'll see you later, buddy. Thank you for popping in, sir.
Yeah.
See you, Chris.
But I just have fun. I like to have fun with the channel. That's all.
All right, fellas. I'm going to call it a night myself too.
All right, Paul.
Have a good one, man.
All right, Paul. I'll see you later, man. Thank you for coming in, sir. I'll see you later, Ben.
Keep up the good work, and
hi,
Benjamin, sir. You keep growing into that name, partner.
Yeah, thank you everybody for helping me hit 500 today. I'm so excited. Thank you so much.
Well deserved.
Well deserved.
Special video coming out tomorrow, so make sure you all check it out.
Thank God I can finally unsubscribe from your channel. Oh, phew.
Hey, Paul, before you go, has anyone won the card? The $25 gift card?
Somebody wins it every week.
Someone wins it every week? I watched the video. I'm not into the gift card shit.
Yeah, someone wins it every week. It goes fast as soon as the video ends. It's gone.
It's a party.
Right on.
See you tomorrow, buddy.
Bye, everybody.
See you later, man.
Bye.
Yeah, right over here. Come over here. Press that one right there.
Al, you need ND filters for the Mavic 3. Lon's got them.
Yeah, I'm kind of interested in them.
He's got the whole
I've
pack.
seen a couple of reviews and stuff.
He's
If he
got
wants
the
to sell them, I'll buy from him.
just in case, nobody believes him. He actually sent me.
I'm sure he is.
He actually sent me a picture of him.
Oh, good. Hey. Oh, was it? He got free will.
All
I'm sure
day.
he gets all that
I
stuff.
thought Lon don't like free will.
Dobo
He got him from somebody. Somebody gave him.
Oh, he got it from somebody. Okay,
Yeah.
I get ready to say. Yeah.
Yeah.
I say Lon is like there, like Adrian and like AZ drones. They buy them up.
He's got every Polar Pro filter for the Mavic 3. Every one of them.
Wow.
The 4-pack, the 8-pack, the NDs, the variable ones. He's got them all.
I tell you what, I do like his setup with the RC Pro
And the
lift
monitor.
door mount and that fucking monitor.
He's
that he
buying
has on
another
there,
one.
which was on the monitor was on sale. I should have bought it. I was going to
He's
do
got
it.
He's got a 7-inch one on there now. He's buying the 10-inch one.
It's a
Yeah, I saw that.
2,200 nit
Yeah.
monitor.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
saw
the
that
mirrors.
video that posted.
He's buying the 10-inch. He's going to put the 10-inch on the top, which
I mean, I came like
Add
that
some
close
weight.
to pulling the trigger, and I didn't do it.
that'll definitely add some weight. But he said it seems
It
fine.
does. It's just
Well,
hard to see in that. Even though 1,000 nits is bright, it's still pretty hard to see.
2,200
Yeah.
nits though on that monitor is
Yeah.
money, bro.
Well, I mean, when you get to that size, I'm pretty sure you probably got a tripod mount for it.
Yes, Bob, you kind of
Yeah,
are.
it has a threading underneath the lift door mount. For you
Or an
to-
ambulette. You just just
Yeah, right.
add you
I
right
think
onto
there's a
that.
harness too for it. That I wouldn't buy that shit, but I think they sell a harness, like some strap over your shoulder type thing.
Yeah. I don't know if I could fly with it on a tripod. I mean, I could. I'm pretty sure I could, but just I have to get used to it.
Oh, there it is.
Maybe if you're mapping, you know what I mean?
That's
Like
you know
you're
that's a
doing
good
well,
a lot of your
mapping, yeah. Yeah, mapping makes it easy because that way it's stationary. You're not. I mean, but having hands-on flying and it's mounted to a tripod.
Look at them shits.
Yeah, those are like
Isn't that
$400, dude.
sick? He's got
And
them
he did a
all.
video. He did a video with those
Crazy,
with
bro.
God, what are they called? The anamorphic lens. And at nighttime, it looked pretty good, pretty crispy. It's got you guys. Some of you guys have nice areas to fly at. You know what I mean? Like around here in San Jose, the airport is like right there, so you can't go downtown and fly. Gotta go to San Francisco, but that's like an hour away.
I'm kind of thinking maybe because I'm getting older, but if I had that setup like Ron has and all that extra stuff, get yourself a hover round. You know, just attach it to that. You don't need it. You just sit in the chair and move to the next spot. I'm gonna get one.
Is that DJI Action? Is that like a little GoPro, Maddie?
What's that?
The DJI Action 2.
Yeah, it's like no, it's a smaller version of it, but it's like a GoPro. It's got the same. But yeah, they had a deal on it. It was $279, and it's normally what is it normally? 400 or 500 bucks on DJI.
They had a sale.
Yeah, it was on Prime Day. It was Prime Day.
Prime Day. Okay, that's why I took advantage of the Prime Day and got a couple of extra batteries for some of my drones.
For the drone, he never flies.
Oh shit! Here we go.
Yeah, it's normally 540 bucks. I almost bought one myself, but then I decided not to.
Hey, Aldia, say that one more time. For the drone, what?
What was that?
What the hell just happened there?
He bounced him.
I don't know.
He said
it just messed up.
Oh, Al.
He set him up.
Al, do you still have your Hero 8 that you were going to sell me a while back?
No, I had a Hero. Did I have a Hero? I had a Hero 7. I was going to sell.
Oh, it was a 7.
I gave that to Dre.
Yeah.
Okay.
I passed that down and gave it to Dre.
I want to buy a backup Hero 8 for my FPV quads because I only have one, and if I crash and I break it, then I need another one. Just curious.
I got a naked 8.
Do you really? Do you use it?
I use it for a couple of like shoots I did. I'm not the greatest flyer, so I tend not to use it a lot. But this one was made by Kim Tang in Japan. He actually did a great job.
Yeah, dude, I want one because I have these smaller quads that my full-size GoPro does not fit on.
Yeah, this
You know what I mean?
it's pretty light.
So
I get about 10-15 minutes when I'm flying the ProTech 35 and put that on there.
Oh, Lon already got that 10-inch mount.
Did he get it on sale?
Yeah, I don't know. Look at the size of that son of a bitch compared to the RC Pro.
Damn.
What? Thing's a monster.
Yeah, but you know what? Those monitors actually are not that heavy.
No, that's what he told me.
They're actually pretty light.
Like 2,200 nits, bro. That's ridiculous.
And you can always hook that up to your camera, your DSLR.
Mm-hmm.
If you're doing other type of recording.
Would you consider selling that Naked 8? I was gonna do it to mine, and John Coopy put a video out on how to strip your Hero 8, and it's just way too fucking complicated.
I probably wouldn't sell it. I wouldn't strip it, dude. I did it 2 times.
I don't want to take that chance.
2 GoPros. Don't do it.
So I even offered.
Hey, explain something to me. What do you mean naked and strip it? What do you mean by that?
Here,
I don't understand.
let me show you what
They take the back of it off.
Let me show you what a normal Hero 8 looks like, and then Al can show you what a strip one looks like.
It's not waterproof. It's missing the outer cover.
Exactly.
There's a Hero 8. See it?
Yeah.
This weighs a certain amount of grams. It's like 200 and something grams, I believe. And there's
this one here is like 23 grams.
It weighs a fraction of a full size.
So you basically take the whole shell, the whole body out.
Yes.
Yeah, I didn't do that. I tried it in 2 GoPros and I fried them.
It's not easy. You got to take all the cuts out and everything. But the thing is that like on this quad right here, it can carry a full size Hero 8 on like a 5-inch.
Yeah.
But when I drop to like a 3-inch or maybe one of the smaller ones, it cannot carry the weight of a Hero 8. So that's when you buy a naked Hero 8, and I don't have one, and I want one because if I want to show video off of, say, this quad right here, I have to show the video off of the DVR from the goggles because I do not have a camera on it.
Okay. That's the Phantom one, right? That's the one.
No. This is a 4-inch Apex, but I do have the Phantom. The Phantom's right here.
How's that one fly?
Oh,
yeah, you could drop my GoPro 8, the naked one, right on there.
Yeah. Now I have a Hero 8 mount on the front of this. I rigged it on there, and I did put it on, but I have to put it on naked. I can't put it on with a case, or it's way too heavy. But then if I crash, my Hero 8's done. So, yep. I need a naked Hero 8. Anybody want to get naked? I wanna get naked. Anybody want to get naked?
Do you ever go to the Facebook page? What is it called? The Naked Facebook page.
Yep.
A lot of guys are selling cameras on there, dude.
Yep. I'm gonna have to find one. I will sooner or later. Although they've got some new cameras coming out now. They just came out with the Runcam Thumb Pro. It's only 18 grams. It's a little. It looks like an Insta360 Go 2 kind of camera, and it uses gyro flow, so you can run it through your gyro flow to stabilize the video.
What about the Insta360 Go 2?
But the Insta360 Go 2 is like $200 and change.
Oh, really?
The little Runcam Thumb Pro they come out with was $89, $89 for a brand new one. I don't know. I'll figure it out. I'll probably end up buying somebody's camera in Chicago.
Oh, that's right. You're going to is it a meetup or something in Chicago?
Yeah. Fly Zone.
Fly Zone and Half Chrome are throwing it together.
And they're doing it in downtown Chicago?
We're doing it in. Where is the name? What is the name of that?
Right next to Soldier Field at some park.
Here, I'll tell you right now. Hold on, Lon. Can you, Lon? Yeah, you can say hi. I'm looking for the. I don't remember what the name of the park was. Here it is. It's in Bussy Woods, Rolling Meadows, Illinois.
Nice.
I don't know where that
is. You guys are doing all these drone meetups everywhere.
I know, dude.
I
can't go.
Earlier this morning on the Ronnie Bell show, TJ was supposed to have one with you guys, isn't it, TJ? Did you guys have like a little mini dream,
No, he wanted to fly today.
Oh, okay.
But I couldn't. And then I don't know. We were thinking of maybe flying tomorrow with him, but I don't know. I don't know what's going on yet. I'm not sure.
Yeah, every time we try to talk about doing Sunday, every time he calls me up and he contacts. He reached out again today. Hey, can we fly on Saturday instead?
Yeah,
and every time I tell him I work every Saturday.
Yeah.
He just can't, he's got that many friends. I guess he can't remember I'm not available on Saturday. It's like the fifth time he's done that.
He texted me this morning at like 8 o'clock this morning. Or no, yesterday.
Matty, you and Bill are close. Are you guys pretty close?
Yeah, pretty much. About an hour, maybe, or 45 minutes, something like that.
Okay.
No, it's
an hour and 20.
No, it's more like an hour and 45 minutes.
It's from Adrian. You guys are far though, right?
Yeah, Adrian's up there.
I'm farther from them. I'm pretty far from them.
He's like 2.5 hours north of me, I think.
Hell no, more like 3 hours and 45 minutes. It took me a while to get over there.
It usually works out well because we have me, and then you have TJ and Bill, and also Ray. When Ray's in Florida, he's up there, so we usually always end up getting together. It's not far though. Usually, when we meet somewhere to fly, neither one of us have drive that far.
You're in Gainesville, right? I mean, that's not more than 2.5 hours.
No, Gainesville's only 4.5 or 5 hours from me, I think. Yeah, last time I drove up there.
See,
that's pretty fucking far.
No, I've driven through it once.
I had an ex-girlfriend.
Al, we're trying to get something together for Vegas. Hopefully, I got to really sit down with Bob Dempsey and Tom to see if they really want to be serious about putting something together. So that way, all of us in California can.
You have us a mute.
You guys probably have to fly like Henderson or Red Rock Canyon or something like that.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
That's what Tom was mentioning, Red Rock.
Yeah, that's a great place outside the city. But a lot of folks want to come to Vegas because it's a destination location.
Yeah, it's 3 hours. Yeah, you're right.
So, but I just got we need to do something out here in the West Coast though. There's too many of us out here not for us to do something.
Should everything's being done on the East Coast over here? So you guys should do something. That'd be nice. Would like for us to go over there. Like for us East Coast guys to get to the West Coast one time. Yeah.
Yeah.
I would love to do a meet in Vegas, as long as it doesn't come close to anything else. So that way we can, do it.
Like I said, the only thing about coming out this way, we definitely don't want to do it in the summertime, because it's too hot. You don't want to be out there baking in the sun. So it would be sometime around March time frame of maybe as late as late October, something like that.
Yeah.
So wait for the weather to break a little bit. Because when I go to Vegas, I always go in March, spring break time, and it's always the perfect weather. Perfect weather. It's usually around the high 70s, low 80s, cool temperatures, nice time, clear skies up in Vegas.
These meetups get, tough sometimes because you get them too close to each other. It's hard to make more than one.
Yeah. Well, that's why I was looking forward to the deal in Texas this year, because I actually was making plans to go to the I can't think of the name of it now. It's the
Spin Up.
Yeah. I was going to go this year down in Austin, and then he decided not going to do it this year. He's going to do it next year. Which
there's no Spin Up.
No,
yeah,
not
no
this
Spin
year.
Up this year. But then
he's skipping a year.
Yeah. So
see, I wanted to go to Minefield. I was going to go to Minefield, and I was talking to Bob Casey and all them. But then Mike and Sergio did theirs. They decided to set it the week before Minefield, so I had a choice.
Right.
So I made a choice instead of going to Minefield. I like both of them, but I just can't.
Matty, I'm looking here. It's going to be raining from early afternoon all the way past to like
Tomorrow?
7, 8 o'clock. Yeah.
Yeah, screw it. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. So looking far out as
Good night,
2023.
Krypton
I don't know.
5000. Good night, Krypton 5000. I'll see you later. Thank you for coming in.
Yeah, these meetups are tough when they're close to each other.
Yeah.
You gotta make a decision. We all did. Like Ken, Lon, all them guys made a decision. Instead of doing Minefield, Ken's not doing Minefield now. He's doing Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
So,
like I said, people that want to go somewhere different.
Yeah. I've never been to Chicago. I'm excited.
Nice.
Yeah. What do you say, Adrian?
So, Dre, since you went ahead and decided to go ahead and keep your little rendezvous M30T, all a secret from us.
Well,
exactly.
I tell you what. Yeah. I tell you what, Adrian. You're more than happy to chip in for the payments.
Yeah.
I can invite you on that end of it. More than happy to chip on the payments. So when you decide to come out here, I'll let you fly.
Yeah.
Okay. Hold on 1 second. Hold that thought.
I would love to see that thing fly.
How much you spending on this, Trey?
15, right? Wasn't it?
Yeah.
Close to it.
Close to 15.
Yeah. I think it's worth every penny. I can't believe they got the technology they got in that thing for 15. To be honest with you, it's 15 seems like a lot to a lot of people, but for that quality and the shit that thing can do,
it is unreal. A lot.
It's unreal.
So the only reason I can settle on that because I'm totally against spending as much money I would have to on the M300.
You'll make your money back.
That's a big rig, and it's not portable, and it's a pain in the ass to set up.
Yeah.
I can't believe you make a great purchase.
That M30 is nice height.
But the capabilities of the M300, like I said, you can't argue with. But like I said, it does put you in a whole different category as far as type of work that you need to do.
Yeah. Yep. I think you'll make your money back pretty quick on that M30. Knowing you and the amount of work you put in, you'll make it back.
So that's the key thing. So my thing is, like I said, I'm looking at this as the M30 replacing my Phantoms. That's what I'm looking at it as.
There you
Phantoms
go.
They're getting, like I said, I've been saying for over the last year that they're aging, hard to get original parts for them anywhere, and that's why I'm saying I'm not a big fan of aftermarket parts on a Phantom. It's just too unreliable.
Yeah, we're starting to get that.
From props to batteries, too unreliable.
Did you get the plus? Oh, I'm sorry, Matty. Go ahead.
No, you're good. You're good.
I was just going to ask, did you get the plus package where you get that battery?
Yeah.
I guess it's like a tender or something like that?
Well, it's a whole battery. It's a battery case charger. Yeah. It's a whole battery.
Can you store the batteries in there or no?
No, you can't store them. It just charges them.
With the quad, though. The quad's got to be in there, right?
No. This is a whole other case, man. This whole package is 2 cases. You have a case with the drone, then you get a separate case as the charger.
And the batteries go in that case. Okay.
Well, they charge in that case. You cannot close the lid on them.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Well, that's good.
So it's a 2-package deal and stuff. So that's what I'm saying. That this is, like I said, I had to look at this to replace my my Phantoms and the work they do. Like I said, that's why I say you need to look at the battery times and what it takes to get certain jobs done, and go from there.
Yeah. The Phantom has been a good quad drone ever since it was released, but I'm starting to see it wither away because of parts and accessories and
well,
stuff like
that
that.
too, and now you're talking about DJI is already starting to phase out support totally. They started with the Mavic 2, the Mavic 3. So guess what? Who knows? The next year they're going to say no more support for the Mavic 4.
Well, yeah, they dropped the Phantom 2 and 3, right? So
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
See what Lon's saying in here. Said the recovery. You said the new camera for the Matrice 300.
Yeah,
it's 15 grand.
I think it's
15 grand just for the camera.
Yeah, that's
the P1.
Is that the P1 or the L1?
Something like that.
Yeah. So I'm saying that's what I'm saying. The Matrice is just at a cost level that's just, like I say, just getting a payload, a camera payload.
Yeah.
Costs you as much as a whole drone on another level. And that's why I said that's just you got to be.
The M300 is more for like tower inspections, line inspections, things of that nature.
Yeah, you need to be doing that every day. You got to be. You need to be doing that every day.
Yeah, that's a job where it gets put to use.
It's the price of a car, dude.
Day.
Yeah. 15,000 just for the camera.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And those cameras are specialized. That's what gets me. It's not like you buying a camera that can do everything. That was a specialized camera.
Well, that's like the Sony AirPeak too. Look at the Sony AirPeak. There's $9 grand, and that's without a camera and gimbal.
Yeah, and that's why I wouldn't
even hear much about that anymore.
No,
because it's like that they priced themselves out of the consumer.
They did.
That's all there's to it. That's why I wasn't really excited about it when I heard about it being developed. Because the first thing I said is, okay, what's going to be the price point of this thing? And is it going to be something that average person or a beginning commercial person can get into? And that's why I said
everybody's probably holding off for the Inspire 3.
Yeah, that, and like I said, that's why I was trying to hold off as long as possible for that Evolve 2, and they keep dragging their feet about it.
Yeah,
that's another one you don't hear much.
Yeah, well, that's because they didn't pull the trigger well on that one.
No, they didn't, and now they do all their promotional stuff is all in house now with a guy named Levi and some other guy who works for them does all their promotional videos. But they're basically focusing on the mistakes they made on the reveal. I said, dude, you guys should be trying to pump this out to third-party resellers, because the only place you can buy that thing from is from them directly. I said, no, you need to get some resellers out there that can, so people could interact with them and find out more about this piece of equipment than what you guys are telling us, because you stumble coming out of the blocks. You send Dono a beat up one. You send the captain, what's his name, up in Canada. He didn't do much of a review on his.
Wow.
Because they're all talking about how it wasn't, a lot of things wasn't working yet.
Well,
that's not good.
What they did wrong is they sent out reviewers the same quad is what they did. They got a quad out to a reviewer. The reviewer sent it back, and they took that same drone and sent it off to somebody else.
Right. Like I said, they sent out beat up ones, and I said, no, you don't do that.
That's nuts. For that price point of that drone, and to send it out to somebody like Ken.
Truthfully, it was a good price point. $5 grand was not bad. I said, you paid for a Mavic 3 Cine $5 grand. And that's what one camera payload. This one has the ability to change out the camera lenses. And that's why I said that it had the potential of being at a good price point. But they didn't follow through. They put out, like I said, they stumbled out the blocks, and they're trying to correct all their mistakes and trying to say, well, they can do this and that. So, dude, you guys are still 2 years behind where you should have been.
I still don't think it's ready, is it? Is it available?
Well, it's available. We got to order directly from them.
Unique is coming out with a new drone, right? A new thermal drone, Unique.
Yep.
Yeah, Unique is coming out with commercial grade, like an enterprise.
Yeah, I'm looking at their site, right? X Dynamic Cine Pack for Evolve 2, $48.99, expected availability August 1st.
Holy cow! They raised their price. Wasn't it cheaper than that? Wasn't it like $3,500 at one time?
Well, that's for the Cine Pack.
The Cine Pack. Okay. Like I said, the basic model was like $3,800, something like that. Like I said, it was. But actually, it was like you might say $5,000 drone, basically.
Yeah, but it's a 12 megapixel. I know they're prime lenses on it, and you can switch off the lenses, but it's a 12 megapixel camera.
Actually, this is on B&H. Looking at it on B&H right now.
Oh, they're going to B&H let us sell it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Oh, there's the.
You got there, Adrian.
Let me go to Model Creative. This is the one, Elias. Now, when it crashed, this is the arm that messed up right here.
Do you call that an arm or a leg?
I'm sorry, not the arm, the leg. I'm sorry, the leg. I apologize. So you want to be so politically correct.
Well, that leg is a separate piece.
Right? Yeah, the leg is a separate piece. So
Yes.
it literally broke from right here. This whole thing just broke, cracked. So I replaced this leg right here. That's what I replaced today.
You did it yourself, right?
Yes, it was hard. It was hard to do it, but it took me about a good 30 minutes to get all the little parts in the right place.
Yeah.
Snap it in and then get it. You got to push the antenna in a certain angle. Then you got to get the light, situated in the little screws on it. It was a pain in the ass, but I got it done.
Have you seen a picture of that new unique? That thing's pretty wild looking.
A picture of what?
The two front props are regular and the back four are inverted. It's weird how they did that. The new unique, it's called the H850. Over 60 minutes of flight time.
Mm-hmm.
But they're
controlled. Hey, Mike wants to know if you can fix his drones, Adrian.
No.
Hey, that wasn't the P1 recovery one. Dre, that's the H20N. That's what Lon said.
That's a new one then.
13,700. That's insane.
Yeah.
But if you're making the money and you got the jobs, makes sense.
Dude, you got to be working for AT&T, Verizon, somebody have contracts like that. You're doing transmission lines almost every day. And I know a lady who's doing that type of work. I'm trying to get her on the show, but I don't think they like Adrian though. They never contacted him. Well, I talked to them. They're all excited about, oh yeah, I'd love to come on the show. And I said, well, contact Adrian and get it set up.
So wait a minute. How the hell do they not like me? They don't even know. They talked to you before. I mean, I don't even know who the hell they are.
I know. That's what I'm saying. You're doing something, dude, because this lady, she does transmission line work. She does other type of commercial work, man, and she flies these M300s. She's flown a 600. And I'm like,
get her in.
I'm trying to get them in. And another lady, she does travel adventure work and stuff. So she does yoga and travel adventure. And then I got a couple of teachers that talk about they would like to come on. One does she's in South Georgia. She does a drone summer camp. And they program telos and all that kind of stuff. So I'm trying to get them on here for you guys, so you guys can ask questions and see what other people are doing. Just trying to, because looking at the same people each week is, I'm not learning anything. So we're just trying to broaden our drone community to know that other people are out there doing this thing. There's jobs out there. You guys are looking to get into the industry and actually 9-to-5 jobs. So a lot of us are just have not seen the doors opening. So, yeah. So Al, you're not a teacher, are you?
I am not a teacher. I am. I work in the district and I work with special need kids as a job coach. So they send them. Okay. I get jobs for them, make sure they're doing the jobs. And I go around to the job sites. But I've been doing and coaching. I was coaching football for 16 years.
Yeah, but I know somebody said that you were about to go back to school.
That was Mike. I'm done, dude. I am taking the leap of faith, and if I fall on my face, I'll get back up.
Yeah.
Are you retiring or what?
Yeah, I'm calling it 9:15.
Okay, well, cool. Like I say, if you're retiring,
done, dude.
That's what I'm doing, dude. I'm just setting everything up for retirement. That's all I'm doing.
That's interesting. I spent several hours with about 50 special needs kids today.
Oh, really?
Okay. Special Olympics bowls. They're nice. At our bowling center. They actually compete every week. It's a league, Special Olympics league. And they compete for the ability to go to states and nationals, just like
that's cool. Okay. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Actually, I think it was 47.
That's my whole plan, Al. I'm not getting involved in anything that's going to cost me more than 5 years left. Everything's got to be paid off in the next 5 years, dude.
But Joe, are you going to jump on, since you're working for the city, are you going to, does your fire department, your police force, do they have drones? Are they utilizing drones?
Well, we went to the county fire about 5-6 years ago. We basically turned over our city fire department, which takes a lot of people off. And we have county fire now. And most of them do have a Mavic Pro. They're probably all switched over to Mavic 2 Pros now on all the rigs. So they do have that, but none of them have a thermal and stuff. The PD has, I think they have a few Mavic 2 Pros. Once again, nobody has thermal. So when I get this M30 next week, I'm going to be doing a demonstration. I'm going to set it up with the county fire and our local PD, do a demonstration, and just basically sell myself and the product and see that, there is some other assets out there for thermal capability for these drones and so forth.
Nice.
Yeah.
Bro, Dre, that remote is a beast.
Oh, you're doing it now?
That damn M30 is a beast.
Yeah. And that's what I'm saying. Learning all the functions of the remote. I really want to dive in deep on the Hub 2.0 software, and I think that right there is just awesome. All the capabilities they talk about, as far as you can put out information for the pin drop or a laser range, find something, and other people can be on the same a different network and bring up a software on their tablets or phones and see what you're looking at, or go to the grid GPS coordinates of what you dropped.
And on that drone, you can also stream what you're doing too.
Yeah.
Like a TV or a monitor or like a station. That
right.
It's got RTK on it. It's got real-time kinetics, right?
Yeah.
It's got an RTK system in it for mapping.
Yeah, and the way you could change the cameras too, it goes for the FPV camera to this camera to another one screen. I mean, that thing is pretty freaking nice.
Yeah,
pretty badass.
So that's why I was, kind of excited about the upgrades to the Enterprise Advance also, because like I showed you guys that when I did that roofing thing as a demonstration for our public works director, I used that drone for that along with the Phantom, and showed me the zoom in capability. Because see, even at that point when I did that, I couldn't save the zoomed in pictures. So that's what I'm saying. I did that early part of June. And that's why I was saying I took pictures, but they could not save them as zoomed in.
Wow, so it took a while to get that, huh?
Well, like I say, they just did an update at the end of June that allows you to do that. And that's what I was saying about DJI letting people know, hey, there's a new update. You might want to check it out. You can do this, you can do that. Yeah, so.
The city of Port St. Lucie SWAT team uses drones. I was just reading an article.
Yeah, there are departments that are using them, but you gotta realize what drone are they using. A lot of departments, they went out and overkill like most.
Yeah, ours did. The Davie Police Department down here in Broward County uses a 300.
That's what I said. They went out and bought Inspire ones that no longer work, and they bought the 300. Nobody knows how to control it properly, all this kind of stuff, because they had this grant money that just burned a hole in their pockets. And they overspent on stuff that no one really knows how to work.
Port St. Lucie bought, this is back a year ago, 4/26/21. They bought brand new DJI Mavic 2 Enterprise Advanced drones with thermal cameras.
That looks like an M3 though.
This was, back in 21, but they used it and they actually caught a guy hiding in the woods.
What are we looking at right here? Oh, somebody did this. Adrian, you did that?
That's me. Yeah, hold on.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. That's what I'm looking at. That's like an M3 in the picture. I thought Bill.
Yeah, it is. Yep.
Like what? But that's nothing new with the news. They'll break out some foul footage of anything.
This thing's sexy as hell, bro. Well,
that thing has the RTK right there already.
RTK is in just above the middle section of it.
Right here.
Yeah, the real-time kinetics.
Yeah,
and it already comes with the strobe lights right here too.
Yeah, it's got a strobe built onto it and everything.
Strobe's built into it. Yeah.
Yeah, this thing's a beast, bro. Oh, I can't believe they made it such a small form factor.
That camera's a beast, man. That thing is freaking amazing.
The only thing I'm concerned with, like those back legs, the props being inverted. It looks like it's pretty low.
It is. It has no real legs on it. It's just. Remember the original
The
Mavic
legs is
Pro?
on the battery.
No, like I said, the original Mavic Pro had them two little stubs at the bottom of the frame out. That's what this has.
Look at that.
That's all. That's all. If I had put any knock on this, I think they should have put some real legs on it. They ain't got to be long, but just something that gets it off the ground a little bit more. That's the only knock I have on this thing. It's got the two little nubby things at the bottom.
Love it though. I mean,
that controller is insane.
Look at that son of a bitch.
Unreal.
And the good thing I like about this Al, all those batteries I have for my Crystal Sky.
They fit in that one.
They fit in this controller.
Nice, because it doesn't come with it, right? Your package doesn't come with batteries for the.
It comes with one battery.
Oh, okay.
For the control, but see, I got 5 other ones.
What's the nits on the screen? Is it 2,000?
I think it's 1,000. It might be 2,000.
No, really?
I think. I don't know for sure. I
couldn't find the info on it, but
yeah,
I would think it'd be up to like 2,000.
It may be. I know this here. It's what IPS rated 45, something like that.
Oh,
so
you can fly in the rain and cold weather.
Oh,
1,200.
Yeah,
and another thing, Aldias, you could do a hot swap of batteries for the drone and the remote.
Yeah. It's like the Inspire 2.
Mm-hmm.
When you hot swap batteries on it.
Yeah.
This thing will fly in any type of weather. That's cool as shit.
Yes.
Yeah. So
Anything.
like I said, when I get it in, do a couple of test flights on it, I'm gonna get a hold of my local agencies and do a little demonstration for them, and basically get my name out there. Say,
Good night, my Bagwell. See you later, man.
You need my services. You know where to find me at.
I like how
this is going to pay for itself, Dre.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's a great investment, dude.
Man, that remote is freaking amazing.
Look at all the buttons.
It looked like he set it to fly. See how it's flying and he's not doing anything?
Mm-hmm.
I like how it's got the
he's mapping right now.
It tells you what the buttons are. R1, R2, R3, right next to it. It shows you what they do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool. I mean, you could change that though, right? And I'm assuming it'll change on screen.
I don't know. That'd be a good
he's
question.
landing, actually.
Huh. That's wild.
Yeah.
Do you have full insurance on that package, Dre? When you get it, isn't like a 1 year, like an automatic 1 year, like a refresh?
Yeah.
You notice that guy's right thumbnail is missing. Wonder if he got too. What if he got too close to that drone?
Could have been, or he was so scared to launch it that he was biting his fucking nails.
I'm telling you, it's gone.
Just like with the Enterprise Advance, you get the 1 year Enterprise level care refresh.
Okay.
And then you get the
That's
opportunity to renew it each year if you want to pay the extra money.
So if you crash it, what's the deductible? Probably a half of what the drone you pay for, or a third?
It better be less than that.
Really?
It's gonna be in for repairs.
That's the one thing you got to get over when you get it and it made in flight. You're just gonna be like, your fucking hands are gonna be shaking.
Yeah. Because you say if I gotta pay half, dude, that's still a substantial amount of money. Half.
Oh yeah, that's what I mean. That's what I mean.
I better be getting me a free replacement, you guys need to repair this thing.
I just thought that the nits on the controller would be brighter than 1,000 or 1,200. I thought it'd be like 2,000 nits.
Yeah.
Because the Autel controller is 2,000 nits. That motherfucker's bright, but it flies like a pumpkin. So there you go.
Yeah. Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, like I said, when I had to send my controller back on my Enterprise Advance because the photo button got stuck in a down position, and they just sent me a new one.
Oh, nice.
Danish Stallion, what up, bro?
The only thing gets me with this drone
is 12,300.
Did you see that? You see that speaker that was on top of it?
How you doing?
What was that?
You see the speaker that was on top of it?
I didn't even see it.
Okay.
So you could put you could put like your Enterprise, the fucking
right. But problem is
and all that other stuff on it.
That's not DJI didn't make that. That's a third party accessory only.
Yeah.
But it works. It works compatible with it 100%. Because what happens, the light itself, controls with the gimbal. So when the gimbal looks down, the light pitches down.
I'm gonna see if Max can find me a used one of these.
Yeah.
This is $700, you know.
Yeah. So that'd be his challenge, huh?
Yeah, maybe in about 15 years. You know.
Like I told you, I want one, and I wouldn't even know what to do with it. I just want it. This is one of those situations where you're like, yeah, I want one. I think everybody does. It's freaking insane. I don't know what to do with it.
That's where the legs locked up right here. That little thing right here.
Yeah, there's a little button, and you push the button, and it pops the legs in. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's a little mini. It's like a mini M300 and a Mavic 3 on steroids.
Now I like the way they have the back motor for the propeller upside down compared to the front ones.
Mm-hmm.
That's probably the one that took the guy's thumbnail off right there.
Probably. That thing is huge compared to the Mavic 3. Holy crap.
When it folds up, though, it's not that bad. You can carry it with one hand. I mean, that ain't bad at all for it being an enterprise like that.
I think I might sell my Harley and steal it back and then sell it again and then get one of these.
Do not do that. You don't want to sell your Harley.
No, I actually don't.
Yeah, I've watched all these Steel City drone videos they have out and a couple other places.
Yeah, they do.
Actually, another good one is UAV. What did they call UAV? The Australian guy. The Australian.
Yeah, I've seen theirs too.
Young kid. It was pretty good.
UAV Futures.
Is it that one? No, that's the FPV dude. God, these guys are like they're like 107 guys, but in Australia. God, UAV something.
What the hell's? I have them. What the?
He's like he's African American Australian.
I know you're talking about. I've seen their videos when he went. I remember seeing his video when he went to the store to look at it.
Yeah.
But like Juan was saying that it's not like a helicopter when it takes off. That's why I was saying Al about not want to get rid of my Enterprise Advanced because that thing is super quiet. Enterprise Advanced super quiet. This one I could see the M30T being something that firefighters could use because you're not worried about sound. But for PD work, they need something that could be like surveillance. That because I know that thing gets above 50 feet in the air, you don't hear it anymore.
That's insane.
You don't hear it at all. But Lon said this thing sounds like a helicopter when it takes up.
I'm sure.
Imagine
my Enterprise Advanced, dude. That thing will sneak up on you and it'll scare you to death.
Really?
You don't hear it. Yeah, you don't.
I flew an M600 a few times, and that thing is fucking loud.
Yeah,
loud. But it's pretty steady for the size of it.
Yeah.
Well, guys, I'm gonna hit the hay.
All right, Mr. Bill.
All right,
I'll be right behind you, Bill. Adrian kept me up past my bedtime, so
yeah, same here.
Right, I'm about to go and call it a night as well.
All right.
Cool.
Good night, everyone.
Thank you for being here, Mr. Recovery One Drone, Maddie, Uncle Bill, Al Diaz.
Everyone in the chat.
Thank you for popping in. I really appreciate everybody in the chat. Good night. Another great show. Thank you.
Good night, everybody.
Check out my last video that I did, that sunset with the Mavic 3.
I just saw it pop up a little while ago. I'll take a look.
See you later. Thank you.
Later.
Later.